Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry and Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And man, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about. There's been a lot of good games Thursday and into this evening. A lot of things happened that a lot of people weren't expecting to happen. So outside of that, hope you guys had a great week. I know some of us are looking forward to fall break. Some schools will be in fall break this weekend, next week. I think it's Oak Ridge is, I'm not sure about Anderson County or Knox County schools or something like that. But anyways, outside of that, hey, welcome to the show. And hey, Cody, how was your evening?
It was really good. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
Well, it wasn't bad. Kind of boring. Fridays, man. I look forward to football, man. So like all day long with work and stuff like that, it's like, man, I want to get ready and watch some football. So. How did you play sports when you were in high school?
I played basketball, but not for the high school, just rec league ball, nothing crazy.
So what draws your interest to following outside of basketball sports with high school football?
It's a good community connector for all the surrounding communities, such as Oak Ridge, Oliver Springs, and I know a good amount of people in the area. And of course, like we talked about before on the air, I've watched this show since, 2008, since I was in middle school at Oliver Springs Middle School. Speaking of Oliver Springs Middle School, I want to give a quick shout out to my old history teacher, Mrs. Becky Rayburn. All right, Mrs. Becky Rayburn was a fantastic teacher at Oliver Springs Middle School. One of my fondest memories of her. I have two. One not so good, but it's okay, and one that's a really good one. We were in history class, and we were talking about the Alamo, and she allowed us to watch the Alamo movie inside her classroom. So that was an awesome experience for me. We got to watch a war movie in class, but a not so fond memory. It's not terrible, but it wasn't good for me. It was really embarrassing. This is when cell phones were starting to come out. So everyone didn't know how to handle cell phones. Like I had a good old rinky-dink piss flip phone. And a fellow student took it out of my pocket, waving it around, and Mrs. Rayburn took my cell phone. I was hot.
Oh, wow.
And I was trying to tell Mrs. Rayburn, that's not my fault. He took my phone. And she was just not having it. But that's okay. It was a funny experience now that I look back. So she still is and was an awesome teacher. So Mrs. Rayburn, I'm grateful for you as a teacher. You are a wonderful person. You have a wonderful family. So thank you again for being a wonderful teacher toward me and all of the other students that were in that class. And thank you again. And in regard to high school football,
Go ahead. All right. So anyways, scores of interest, okay? So we had two teams, one within the area and one in Knox County school. I guess you can consider Clinton kind of Knox County because they play a lot of the Knox County.
What about Clinton?
Teams. But Clinton gets their first win tonight against Campbell County, right? That's really great. Awesome. First win of the season.
They survived the mighty Cougars, that's for sure.
Campbell County played them tough. Man, I watched a little bit of that game.
I said that. They survived.
Hey, Campbell County got on the board, too. They scored.
I said that.
They scored,
this is what I said. They survived. They survived powerhouse Campbell County. Good for them. I'm glad I told Sleepy Williams that they were going to beat Campbell County tonight.
Well, yeah, I think everybody originally thought that they were going to beat Campbell County, but I didn't think they was expecting the fight that Campbell County gave up. I thought they would figure Campbell County would put up a fight, but Campbell County fought all 4 quarters, it looks like. Outside of that, Farragut gets their first win this evening. So shout out to Farragut. Looks like that's going to be the thing that jump starts that program. Hopefully it's the same thing.
Oh, Farragut beat Bearden?
Yes, Farragut did beat Bearden. I think 25-21. Okay. Looks like Knox Carter. I just seen a glimpse of that. So it looks like Knox Carter won. Oak Ridge did win that game. For those that are interested in the Oak Ridge thing, Oak Ridge did win that game, 10-7. That was a dogfight. I think we'll get into that in a little bit because I really want to talk about that Oak Ridge game because I watched that game on TV.
This is a Oak Ridge sports show, so
I got
let's
some things I want to talk about. Some things that even Coach Rang brought up on the coaches thing after that. Anyways, outside of that, AC. Last time I seen the score, it was 28-7 Anderson County over Chattanooga Prep. Halls probably is the big upset of the night. Halls did beat West. So
you call it an upset?
Well, yeah, a lot of people thought West was going to go in there and roll over Halls.
No.
I know Halls has got a good team, but
No.
I really a lot of people thought West was going to win that game.
No. Just like Bearden and Farragut, West is trying to recover from a bad offseason of losing their coach and all their
but
players get out of there.
West hasn't played hard. Like West hasn't played mediocre opponents.
That's not an upset. Halls has better athletes. Halls has a better coach. That's not an upset. I don't consider that an upset. You may consider that an upset, which is fine. Others may consider that upset. I personally do not consider that an upset.
Well, I think that gives them their first region win of the season right now. So right now, West is on the outside looking in right now. So actually, if playoffs would stop right now and like let's say they was magically picked the West, Clinton, and stuff like that, so Clinton would get in over West right now. So that's how that would work.
Really?
Yeah, because Clinton
How many wins does West have?
I think they have. I don't think they have any.
Oh, okay.
wins.
Well,
I think they're 0-0, and I think I'm not 100% sure. Don't hold me on that. Don't know.
Well, so let's talk about Clinton and Oak Ridge for a second. So Oak Ridge has looking at the rest of their schedule, has a very favorable schedule until they play Maryville.
Yes.
So you're looking at a couple of off weeks for the next couple of weeks for Oak Ridge since they play Bearden and Farragut. I'm not sure about Farragut, but I'm pretty confident they do play Bearden next week, but I'm not sure about Farragut.
Well, the one thing that
and real quick, and Clinton does not have a so favorable schedule because
they got some schedule.
This was the only guaranteed win tonight against Campbell County. I told some people they're going to beat Campbell County, and after this week, it's going to look rough in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see.
So where was I going to go with that?
We're talking about Oak Ridge and Clinton.
Oak Ridge and Clinton, and anyways. So Kingston beat Austin East 34-13. I don't know who Chattanooga Central and Howards are, but they won 18-12. Waiting for we're going to talk about some of the if anybody really wants to talk about the ref situations. These last two games, a couple were kind of rocky. I don't know if it's just new refs coming in. I know.
What do you mean?
Well, for instance, Oak Ridge had 15 penalties tonight for like 200 yards or something like that, and Bradley Central had 3. Yesterday with the Greenville and Sevier County game, Greenville had probably 20 penalties for 200 plus yards. Sevier County had 3. So both home teams had minor penalties. So and if you watch those games, some of those penalties came in crucial situations. And with Oak Ridge tonight, in that situation, every time Oak Ridge would get a positive play, they had to get a penalty, and it just felt weird. I mean, I know that the refs are just doing their jobs, and I understand.
Very poorly doing their job.
Well, it's tough out there. If you've never reffed and if you have never done it, it's hard to put yourself in them shoes. You're making a judgment call, and in high school, when you make that call, it sticks.
Well, what'd you say the difference was in penalties between Oak Ridge and Bradley Central?
So it was 15 penalties. Oak Ridge had 15 penalties for I want to say 200.
So 15 penalties, and what did Bradley Central have?
3.
Okay, it doesn't sound like that hard of a job when you're reffing against Oak Ridge. So luckily they pulled it out tonight for the Ridgers as myself, but
Eagleton beat Greenback.
But it is a hard job, but they make it look really easy when they're throwing a bunch of flags out there.
Well,
Against the away team. Now, granted, I'm being rough on the refs because I watched a little bit of that game in the second half. I didn't see the first half. Watched it online with David Clary's show. But with that being said, David Clary is a equal opportunity blaster, and when he blasts referees, it's usually pretty on point, accurate, and warranted. So, yeah, it sounds like the refs deserved it, all that blasting that David Clary gave them over the radio and online. So they need to do a better job. And that sounded like some home cooking as well. Those were, according to David Clary, those were McMinn County refs in Bradley Central against Oak Ridge at Bradley Central. So equal opportunity blaster David Clary letting us know.
So Oliver Springs did win tonight against Rockwood. And
they did?
And Coalfield,
all right.
Coalfield dominated against.
What was the score?
Oneida. I think it was like
No. Oliver Springs and Rockwood.
30. I don't ask.
Because that was an overtime. There is not an official score yet.
So they might not have won that.
So hold your horses.
Yeah.
Aussies.
But anyways, Coalfield won that. Coalfield did win.
Who they beat?
Coalfield, I think it was Oneida. I think Coalfield played Oneida, I think. Yeah.
Coalfield,
They blew them out.
It's a good. Coalfield, that's to be expected.
To be honest with you, in that region, it looks like it's going to be
Oliver Springs and
Coalfield for a region championship.
Oliver Springs and Coalfield for the region championship, and
Carter won tonight. And I know South Doyle beat Carter last week, but with the region standings I looked up on Max Prep, now these aren't solid. They have Carter ahead of South Doyle, and I don't think they had calculated for that win last week because as of right now, it would be, and this is just Max Prep, it's Anderson County, Alcoa, Heritage, and then that other 4 seed would now be South Doyle. They had Carter there, but it would be South Doyle now because they had got that win over Carter. Powell beat Central. If nobody watched that Powell game, man, that was a good ball game.
Who won?
Dude. Powell did. 28-14 was the final, the score that I seen. I don't know if that's final, but no knocks off the Knox Central at all, man. They played their hearts out. That was a good ball game up until like the fourth quarter. I think is when Powell really turned it on. I think I heard Matt Lowe or the announcer say something about Deuce Rogers was out maybe, and then the backup came in. I don't know 100% on that, so callers, please call in. The phone number is 865-483-8112. So if you have any knowledge on any of the stuff we're talking about, or if you want to talk about anything, man, light our phones up. That's what they're here for, to put your program, and your kids on the spotlight, so they have the chance to talk about a good win or things that they did wrong in a tough loss. You know, even if you lost, call in. I'm hoping to hear from some Clinton fans, man. I really am.
Please do.
Please call in and start it, man. You have all rights to call in.
I want some Clinton heat. Come on, y'all won.
Been quiet.
I've been blasting you guys since the season started. Now's your opportunity to blast me. Let's go.
I hope Coach Rand calls in too. I really do. Missed him last week.
He's Bradley Central, so that's quite a drive.
Well,
so
he's got some time on the way home. He can be. But anyways, CAK beat Knox Webb. So if anybody picked Webb in the pick'ems, they lost that one. I lost that one. I didn't expect CAK. I kind of figured they would, but I figured Webb would do good at home.
What's the Fulton score? Do we have a Fulton score?
Alcoa destroyed them.
Of course. Sorry, Jonathan Cox.
Gatlinburg Pittman 56 over Claiborne.
Let's talk about this for a second, because I remember the last couple of seasons Jonathan Cox has given Oak Ridge crap. So let's talk about Fulton. Do you know anything about Fulton? Because I don't.
I know a little bit about Fulton.
Let's talk about it. Tell us about it.
So Fulton does have a semi-new head coach.
Semi?
He was at Grace. He was Grace's head coach before the Price twins took over.
Okay.
He left and went to Fulton.
So what do you mean semi though? I don't.
Well,
understand.
I think this is his second year. I think second or third year.
Okay.
Because I think last year it was. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to say something that's false. But anyways, last year was his year, and they played Anderson County, but he had like 20 seniors on that team last year. And Fulton was really good. Fulton actually made it to like the second round of playoffs. And anybody that in Region 2 4A, if they get that second seed, always has to either go to Elizabethton or Greenville. Well, for a bunch of years, it's been Fulton going up to Greenville the first round. Well, I think last year they made it out of the first round and they made it up to Greenville and they lost to Greenville, and then Greenville came down and lost to AC. Also, scores from what I've seen, I don't know if Macon lost that one, but they were losing like 25-7 to White County or something like that.
So tell me about Fulton's team this year.
So Fulton has a young team. They're playing a lot of freshmen. There's no lie on that. They have a very young team. It looks like they're going to be really good if he can keep the team together. You know what I mean? With come off season, it's kind of just like college. Kids are gonna.
What is your analysis on them being good if they're able to stick together?
If they stick together, they're going to be tough.
Well, I know, but like, what is your reasoning behind why you think they will be tough?
Well, with the freshmen playing, because he is playing a lot of freshmen,
okay.
they'll have 10+ varsity snaps underneath their belt. So.
Sure.
You can take out the jitters and the nerves and stuff like that. So next year when they come in, instead of working to try to build a base, now you have your base already built as a freshman. Now you can expand your trunk into branches and start working on finessing their what makes them special in that position. You know what I mean?
Fair.
So I look at Fulton. If they can start getting things moving in the right direction here late, and they can keep that same positive vibe next year and the year after, Fulton's going to be tough to deal with. All right. Plus, they're in the same region with Anderson County and Alcoa. So the sad thing about that is when Alcoa came into that region and moved up, now it puts pressure on the other schools to saying, all right, we either adapt or we die. You know what I mean?
True words have never been said. You either adapt or you die, and that goes for sports and in life. You either adapt or you die, but you're going to die anyway. So here we go. Let's get this caller in. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air of Life Philosophy.
I was wondering about the Rockwood Oliver Springs game.
So
Oliver Springs won 28-27.
Oh, wow. Oliver Springs won 28-27.
Oh, my. Okay.
Oh, my, indeed.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Oh,
That's a good
my.
game. That's a good ball game.
27?
Say again?
28-27?
28-27. That was a 1-point victory.
Oh, all right. I'm from Rockwood.
I'm very sorry about your loss.
Disappointed.
Do you have any family members or kids or grandkids playing on the team?
Oh, no, I'm just a fan.
She's just a fan. You know what? We appreciate you calling. What's your name, if you don't mind us asking?
Janice.
Janice?
Uh-huh.
Well, Janice, you sound very wonderful and a nice person, and thank you so much for calling. Would you like to give anyone a shout-out in your family?
No, I'm fine.
All right. Well, Janice, thank you again for calling. You sound like a wonderful person, and much blessings.
Yeah, I am. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good evening. Well, a Rockwood fan, there you go, calling in to check on her.
More committed than the Clinton fans that never call in.
They'll call. Hopefully, Sleepy Williams should call in and be like, "Yeah, man, we toured them."
Sleepy, he ain't calling in.
But anyways, so
no, we didn't hang up on her. Sorry, Janice.
There we go. So anyways, back with the Alcoa stuff. So and so Anderson County knows that. Anderson County, and they're ready to step up to the challenge.
What challenge is this?
Well, the Alcoa challenge, right?
Oh, the Alcoa. Oh, yeah.
In that region, it's going to be out. You're going to have to face that monster every year, and if you're not,
let me
ready to do that as a program, I don't think anybody would feel shame for trying to put yourself in a winning situation.
One of the best things I ever learned in combat sports was I never pick against a guy that's never lost, and that's true in this situation with Anderson County and Alcoa.
Yeah.
I will not pick against Alcoa until I see them lose. And as of right now, their only hard game was against Maryville, so I will not pick against Alcoa until I see them lose. So I have Alcoa beating Anderson County very comfortably.
Did Grace win tonight, or did he not play tonight?
They lost 35-32.
Who'd they lose to?
A team out of North Carolina.
Oh, a team out of North
So
Carolina?
it was a non-region
Tough loss, but that'll be good for them.
So, to heads up, caller, so Grace did lose at, 35-32?
Correct.
To a team out of North Carolina, so probably a...
You can't be losing North Carolina teams. Come on, Tennessee teams.
So that's a non-region game, so that doesn't hurt you.
Nah, that's
Jefferson County beat Science Hill 31-6.
Talk about
That's huge.
let's talk about this for a second. Jefferson County versus Science Hill. Talk about. I could be wrong in this, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong. And most of the time, I am wrong. So please correct me on the air. I'll fact check myself with you. Talk about a bigger downfall in overall athletics than Science Hill. Their basketball program, football, like. I don't know what's going on up there in Science Hill, but they've struggled since I can remember of overall athletics. Because in the 90s, they were, according to David Clare, and he's always my source, Science Hill was like feared.
Oh, yeah, Science Hill
Feared.
used to be...
But like now they're just, we laugh at them. We don't take them serious like we do Maryville and Alcoa. So.
Well, see, and I think that has a lot to go back to where we're at in football, right? So back in the early 90s, you really didn't have a lot of NFL guys coming to high school teams and helping to coach, or like guys that played in big time colleges coming in to help being like, a positions coach and stuff like that. You have that more now, and you have the ability to have off-season training where it's just as good. I mean, you can go down here to D1, Triple F, these facilities that offer you skill.
Hey, Wartburg beat Oakdale. That's their second win. Good job, Wartburg.
So these schools that...
Coach Gibson. I'm sorry, hold on. I got to give him a shout out. Coach Gibson, congratulations. I want to talk to Coach Gibson. In fact, I'm going to text someone that knows him. But go on.
So, anyways, that's why you're probably seeing, I wouldn't say like teams falling off, but these players are, I want to say so what's another, Dobbins Bennett is the other big team up there, right, with Science Hill. So Science Hill and Dobbins Bennett, your linemen are about the same. Like you may have a bigger lineman in 1 year and these might have a smaller lineman the next year, right? But the overall athlete has the same ability as the team that you're playing. You know what I'm saying? So then it comes down to who has the better coaching staff. And could it be that they don't have I will not saying that they don't have a good coaching staff, but from what I gather with Science Hill, they got a really good quarterback, they got a really good running back, they got a solid defense. Plus it's late in the season, so teams are starting to get in their groove. So these matchups that were easy aren't easy anymore because teams have been playing for 5 weeks, so they're starting to play together.
I'm sorry. I'm just very tickled over Wartburg winning. I don't know Coach Gibson very well, but I know someone that knows him, and that is a much deserved win. And I know Coach Gibson is working hard over there in Wartburg. That man is a good coach and a good man. Unfortunately, in sports overall, it's not about being a good man, it's about being a good coach. Victory talks and money talks. And Wartburg won tonight, so congratulations, Coach Gibson, on their second win. They beat Harriman, now they beat Wartburg. I am pumped for Wartburg. Where's my Wartburg hat? Did you have a Wartburg hat? Okay, there's no Wartburg hat. I'm gonna look for a Wartburg hat, but go Central Bulldogs. I am betting on Wartburg tonight. I'm all in. Putting my chips on the table. I'm going all in on Wartburg. Chandler, who do they play next week? They play Greenback. I have Wartburg beating Greenback next week. I am all in. Beat that.
On what?
That energy.
Oh, well, I mean, that's good energy, yeah.
It's not bad. Well, was it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, all right,
It's
I just want to
fine.
make sure. Anyway, good job, Wartburg. If there's any Wartburg fans out there, please call it what? What's up?
So Carter beat Heritage. That's big. That's big. Carter did beat Heritage at home. That's 28-25. That's big. Cherokee over Seymour. Some scores that I kind of know from out. So only really know one score. So Oakland did beat. Well, I don't know if they did beat Backman, but the last time I seen that score, it was 15-0. And just a shout out to Mark Packard. Mark Packard was talking about how Blackman would be the sneaky team coming out of the West. I think Oakland made a statement tonight with that win. Elizabethton beat Northview Academy, so probably be Elizabethton and Greenville for a region championship up that way. Upperman beat DeKalb County. That's probably more likely. Oliver Springs over Rockwood. Bledsoe County over Polk County, 35-14. Notre Dame beat Lakeway Christian, 42-35. Coalfield 33, Oneida 0.
I just want to continue to. I'm getting a text. I'm just sorry. I'm just so hyped up for Wartburg. So the text of this from this individual talking about the victory. Let's see here. So apparently Wartburg was down in the fourth quarter 8-16 and came back to win 21-16 in the end.
Oh, wow, that's good.
So
a little bit of
Wartburg could have easily just laid down, given up, saying, you know what, we suck, we're terrible, but they just came back to win. I am tickled to death for Coach Gibson. Pumped up. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I need you to, get it up over here.
Well, I don't know much about Wartburg.
I don't either.
I know that he was on he was on DJ show a couple weeks ago. So looks like he asked for the community to keep showing up and supporting the kids, and looks like
they do need to keep showing up because
it looks like it looks like it's working.
Well, we don't know the crowd there, but it's a good win for Wartburg, good win for that community, and hopefully he builds some momentum off against Greenback. So Coach Gibson's a good coach, and if it doesn't work out at Wartburg, he will find somewhere else to coach. Because I'm telling you, that guy is a good coach, and I know.
Is this
of
his
him.
first year there?
No. I believe it's his second year.
Oh, well then, yeah, man, it's working. You know what I mean? You got. Is this their first win or not?
Second win. They beat Harriman, and now they have beaten Oakdale.
That's a good win. I don't know how. Oakdale's normally pretty good.
Well, let's not hype them up too much, but it's a good win nonetheless.
Yeah, did it look like Eagleton beat
Oakdale has like
Greenback?
8 players on their team, so let's not hype it up too much. But it's a good win nonetheless.
So another thing I want to talk about is we got the Oak Ridge. That Oak Ridge, man, I just feel like those refs really kept that game. Man, did you see them kneel the ball? They had like over a minute left in the first half, and Bradley had the ball down on like the 15-yard line, and instead of like putting together a drive and trying to get the lead, because they were only up 3-0 at that time, I think. Oak Ridge was up 3, and I think Bradley scored to make it. I'm not 100% sure. Don't hold me on that one. I forget. But anyways, they kneeled the ball 3 times and went into halftime. It was really odd. Never seen a team do that.
I'll say this much about Bradley. Like I said, I watched the second half of that game before coming here, and in my personal opinion, I thought the Bradley coach mismanaged the clock and his timeouts. Like
there at the end?
At the end, yeah. He called, like, during the mid part of the fourth quarter, he called 2 timeouts, which left him with 1 timeout left with 30 seconds left. So he was about to take his last timeout home, so I thought he mismanaged his timeouts.
And he didn't have to take that timeout, that one timeout, because the clock was already stopped because it got the first down. Part of me felt like watching that game, like the Bradley Central team was kind of like realizing Oak Ridge was getting screwed over a little bit by refs, and kind of like it really did seem like that. Like, because if you watch that and you watch, like, base it off of physicality and overall body of work, Oak Ridge outplayed Bradley Central. They did. And if it wasn't for the long yardage plays getting called back, they probably would have beat Bradley Central a lot more than what it was. It probably would have been like 21-7, really. But yeah.
We're gonna take a break.
We're gonna go to a quick break.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
The Free Medical Clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. First, we're going to take a time out to recognize some of our sponsors. Last year, FMC provided over 15,000 patient appointments and diagnostics with over $9 million in value of medical care for our communities. This year, FMC launched its mental health division, taking steps to address the opioid crisis, substance use disorder, and depression in our communities. A big shout out, thanks goes to Roan and Anderson County Commissioner for helping with funding to get the care started. Yep. And another note on mental health, men, man, seriously, if you guys have, are down and out, man, talk to somebody. Believe it or not, men's mental health is a bigger issue than a lot of people realize. I know a lot of times we talk about women and the men get shoved in the dark, but seriously, if you have a male friend and he doesn't seem himself, don't be afraid to stick up and be like, hey man, if you need to talk to somebody, I'm here for you. Outside of that, so Clinton gets their first win against Campbell County at home.
Congrats to them. I already addressed that earlier in the show, so.
I know,
They survived, let's put it that way. They survived. The score looks bad, but they survived.
Yeah. I'd like to know what happened there in the first quarter or so to keep Campbell County as close as it was. I think I didn't watch a lot of that game. I watched more of the Oak Ridge game than I did anything. Halls over West. That's big. You know that?
Yeah. So I knew that West is sort of down right now. Halls is playing really good football, and they have a Division I player over there that's getting highly recruited. So he plays on both sides of the ball. So he's pretty hard to stop.
Yeah, and that's Was that at Halls or West?
Not sure, but I will have Jake Dawson calling in. He should be calling soon.
That's the head coach.
Head coach of Clinton.
Clinton. Oh yeah.
Clinton.
See, you would think they would be calling in, bragging, and stuff. I mean, why not? Why not?
Hold.
There we go.
Good, I'll let you do this.
Hello, Coach. And
right there, up top.
Good evening, caller, and welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
Did we lose him? I think we lost him. Hold. Coach Dawson, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh man, sorry about that, dude. I'm still learning the buttons in here.
We're like monkeys with a wrench trying to figure out something.
Dude, I probably look the same way coaching a football game, so it ain't no big deal.
I got you.
No, I'm not gonna let you get away with that. But go ahead. I know you have some questions.
Hey man, so how was it? How did it feel good getting your first win in the season, man?
Oh man, it was great. And I mean, obviously it's cool. But I mean, as a player and as a coach, I've been a part of a lot of wins. Obviously it's a cool night. It's something I always remember. But man, I love it for our kids. I told them like 2 weeks ago. We were in a very similar spot. We played Carnes. We're up at halftime. We go up. They get the ball coming back out. And I'm like, guys, you see it again. Like, here you go. And with it being their senior night, I am so proud of our guys and the way they pushed through.
Yeah, man, they get to celebrate and be proud about something. Now, do they have like a senior night dance or for homecoming or anything coming up?
They were fired up. We are at times an emotional football team, and sometimes that can work against us, but a lot of times it can work in our favor. So tonight was their senior night, and those guys, man, they played so inspired. I'm so incredibly proud of those guys.
How'd Bryson do?
He had, I don't know his exact catch, but he had 216, 300 something all purpose, 5 touchdowns, and tonight he set the all-time career receiving yards record for Clinton High School.
Man, that's awesome. So that's awesome. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. I'm just going to say that's awesome.
Quarterback, 4 touchdown passes, 1 rushing.
Yeah, I was going to say, talk about your guys. Brag about them. Offense, defense, linemen, your whole team. Brag about them, Coach.
Man, like defensively, Jackson Harrell, Cam Anderson, Noah Witt, Ryan Jones, man, everybody's shown up to the party tonight. I really liked our style of play tonight on the defensive side of the ball. We rallied. And then offensively, we didn't run that many plays of offense tonight because we were able to be pretty explosive. I think we ended up averaging 26 yards per play. But, I mean, the unsung heroes, man, that don't show up on the stat sheet. Will Young, he had a touchdown. Austin Phillips, Ryan Jones, Jackson Harrell on offense. The guys up front, Devontae Fortson, Jackson Wilson, Reed White, Xander Huffman, Hunter Jenkins, Weston Fulford, quarterback, Jalen Mason. I'm so incredibly proud of all those guys.
So do you feel like maybe this could be the thing you needed to turn the corner? Because, I mean, your season isn't over yet, man. You still can make this work.
Yeah, and I hope so, and I told them, in life and football, you never want to be a flash-in-the-pan guy. So we got to continue to take steps in the right direction like we're doing right now, and we'll be fine, and the results will show that we're taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm pulling for you guys. I really am. I want Bryson and a couple of those seniors that stuck it through, and I really want them to go out with a bang. Really, really do.
Man, I appreciate you.
Real quick, Coach Dawson, who's that calling, DJ?
That's Matt Lowe, should be.
Oh, he can wait. So, Coach Dawson, I have a couple of questions to ask you. So, I don't know if you know me, but I'm very hard on Clinton, the fans, for being a little harsh with you, and I just want to ask you, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Okay. So you're 25, and I'm just assuming a lot of these high school kids, especially the seniors, look at you as like big brother instead of a coach.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what did you do in the beginning of the season when you were first brought on to have that dominance factor, build in that respect? They don't see you as a bro, but the coach and the man that they have to listen to where you lay down the law.
You know, and I think we kind of had to ride that line a little bit. You know, I don't try to hide from it, you know, being young. But for me, it's like, man, we tell them, like, hey, just trust them. Just trust them. Right. And every step of the way, man, we'll pour into you. We'll give you everything we got as a coaching staff. Just believe in the process. Because our process isn't anything crazy. Our process is our players. We just pour into those guys. We just want to take care of their bodies and their mental and physical well-being. That's our process. It's just pouring into our guys. And our kids really take to that. It's a very player-friendly program. Even, you know, the slow start we had, morale was still at an all-time high. You know, we're going into the night winless, but we're, you know, close game at halftime, and we're still able to pick it up and go play a great second half. So, so man, we just ask them, just trust us, trust the process, and like I said, the process is those guys.
Well, let me ask you this. What have you done to attempt to change the culture in that locker room?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's simple. You know, we're accountable for everything we do because we just try to mimic real life. And in real life, man, like, if you got a job and you show up late for work, you're going to get fired.
Right.
You know, we don't show up late to meetings. We don't have our phones in meetings. We don't show up late to practice. We lift every day. We don't lift on Fridays. We lift 4 days a week in season at 7:45 in the morning. We get after them. We give them protein shakes every day. And our culture isn't anything special. It's just consistency. Because we don't try to reinvent the wheel because people have won state titles before.
Right.
But you win just by being consistent. So that's all we ever try to do.
Who have you learned all this from?
You know, probably my two biggest guys I talk to is Josh Jones and Matt Lowe.
Josh Jones and Matt Lowe?
Huh?
Josh Jones and Matt Lowe?
Yeah, Josh Jones and Matt Lowe. Talk about being player friendly. Those guys are the cream of the crop. You know, talk about relationships, and those two guys are awesome. I talked to Josh this week for like a couple hours on the phone. Me and Matt talk all the time. Of course, we're in the same region now, so we don't give each other too much. But those two guys just have been awesome, and I couldn't thank them enough.
Well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and make that connection. Matt Lowe is on the other line, so would you... Coach Gibson, excuse me. Coach Gibson is on the other line from Wartburg. Is there anything else you want to add or give a shout-out to before we let you go?
I'm all good. I appreciate you guys, everything you do. And go Dragons, and we're going to have a fun season.
Coach Dawson, I am rooting for you as a coach, and they'll tell you in Clinton, I'm very hard on Clinton, and I don't shy away from that, but I am rooting for you, the coach. So, Coach Dawson, congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Coach Gibson, Cody Jordan here.
Cody, what you doing, buddy?
Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, it was a big one, man.
2 wins. 2 wins, dog.
Yeah, that's it. When we should be setting 4-2, but we got a lot of young freshmen and sophomores and a lot of learning curves. But they're learning and they're progressing. They're getting better every week, so we're proud of them.
First off, I always give your brother Caleb a hard time. I want you to know that. Should I keep giving him a hard time?
Oh, absolutely. That's all he knows. That's what he wants.
I don't know if that's what he wants, but he gets it from me all the time. So
that's right.
So tell us about the victory tonight. I was informed that you were down in the fourth quarter, 8-16.
I believe so. Yes, 8-16, and we came back, led by our big fullback, our Trevin Hook. I believe he had 3 touchdowns tonight. Not quite sure.
Man,
but I believe he had 3 touchdowns and probably over 100 yards rushing.
You know, that's a position you don't really hear much about anymore, the fullback.
That's exactly right, and that's why we're running it up here, because not a lot of teams run it anymore, and that's what we're trying to instill is smash mouth football.
There you go.
Marshawn Lynch said it best. You just keep pounding that rock, and running through somebody's face, and I just can't take that over and over again.
That's true. That's a lot of truth. So that's back when I played, and I'm 41, so I played a long time ago. That's when I started as a freshman for varsity. That's the position I started at as a fullback. We ran like a pro style two-back system, and we ran a lot of power I, a lot of I formation, kind of right down your throat, big boy football.
That's it. It's physical. And not a lot of teams do that anymore. So we try to do a little something different. We got a young team, young quarterback. We still threw 3 interceptions tonight, which could have cost us the game. But we fought through a lot of adversity, which these young kids showed a lot of growth, battling through adversity like you know better than anybody. And so we're proud of them.
So it's two things that you just said was interesting to me. Number one, I'll mention the second part. Number two, 3 interceptions, and you guys still came back to win that down in the fourth quarter. That's very coming back from 3 turnovers overall in the fourth quarter to win. I think that not only speaks highly of your football team, but you as a coach to keep your guys in the fight.
Yeah, we're very excited. Our offensive coordinator did a really good job not calling plays, not giving up on the run. We did try to throw a little bit more tonight, but we did not give up on the run, and that's how we got the win tonight. I was really proud of them. And
you mentioned another thing that I wanted to point out. You said you guys run the I formation.
We run wing T, so it's a little bit different, but it's smash mouth football.
Okay, so you run the wing T, and you talked about earlier, which is a good point. Not a lot of teams run that, and I think that would be the reason why a lot of teams have a hard time adjusting to that on your schedule because they never see it. You're probably the only team that runs that in the region.
Yeah, we're one of the only few. So, you've only got, 4 days of practice, right?
Right.
Monday through Thursday. And if you're trying to, teach how to defend the wing T in those 4 days, it's usually very difficult. It's hard to get a look with your scout squad to get that taught, to get a good look so your defense can adjust adequately. So that's kind of what happened tonight. Oakdale just wasn't able to make the adjustments, didn't get a good week of practice on working on it, and we've been able to utilize that.
So what other teams, what other teams in the area run the wing T?
Not many.
So Rockwood runs the wing T. They do a little bit of shotgun out of it. Rockwood's run the same offense since like 1979. So they're big on that. A lot of teams like Oakland out there in Middle Tennessee, they run the wing T, but they run it out of shotgun. So there still is some teams out there that run it, but around here locally, just not many teams run it other than Rockwood.
And I think that shows your education as a football coach that you're studying the other teams in the area that run that. Rockwood and Oakland. And I'll go ahead and ask that. Have you watched the likes of Oakland and Rockwood and how they run it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I grew up in Rockwood. My dad was the former head coach down there. So I was instilled in that kind of offense, and Coach Webb down there at Rockwood is a big mentor of mine. He's somebody I look up to and try to aspire to be as good as. And so that's a big point of emphasis for us. I'm an air raid guy, so I like throwing the football around if we have the personnel to do that, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we just do not have that personnel.
Correct.
We're trying to, how to utilize our current talent as much as we can, and that's why we're running the offense that we're running. So
let me ask you, what have you seen from Oakland that they do so well in the wing T?
Buddy, they do everything out of it good, as you can imagine. I mean, if you remember Jawan Jennings, the wide receiver at Tennessee that caught Hail Mary against Georgia. Well, he went there and he played quarterback in that system, and it was absolutely nasty. So Knox Catholic run a wing T with Harrison Smith, and they won a state championship with it. So it just depends on your personnel. Now, if you've got a lot of skilled guys and a good quarterback, you probably want to spread the field out a little bit, utilize spacing and things like that. But if you don't have that and you're got really deep at running back and offensive line, well, you need to run the football.
Yep.
And that's what we're doing. At small schools, you can't just be a one-system coach. You got to be able to adapt with the personnel that you've got.
Right.
So let me ask you this as well. What have you done? How long have you been a coach there at Wartburg?
This is my third year.
Third year, DJ. So DJ was pointing up the deuces sign like 2. He was like, nope, it's 3 years.
This is the third year.
What have you
It's my second year as the head coach, third year altogether.
Oh, third year altogether. So you were correct overall. So what have you done and tried to implement a different culture, not just in that locker room, but in that town? What have you done, like, to change the culture there?
There's a lot.
Well, let's hear it.
We've had a struggling program here for a long time. So our facilities was really bad. So that's been a big point of emphasis for us, is to try to get our facilities better, to show some pride, to pull the kids in and say, look, we're working on these, trying to improve the facilities and get, make you a little more proud of what we've got, right? So we've done a lot of remodeling of the locker rooms. We've got new bleachers. We got new fencing around the football field. We remodeled the press box, built a bunch of storage, got signage up, and just, put a big sign on the football field of showcasing, that there has been success here at Wartburg in years past, and individual success. We've had like 15 kids go play college ball, and our current kids didn't know about that, right? So we wanted to make sure that kids that's here now know that, hey, there's somebody that's been here in your shoes before that was successful and made it to the next level. So we're just showing them that other people have done it, you can do it, and try to bring some pride back to our program.
Coach, I love it. Do you want to give anyone a shout-out?
Well, just Coach Wilson, our offensive coordinator, did a really good job tonight. Coach Mason, defense coordinator, did a really good job. Overall, really good job all the way around. We got a lot to clean up. We got Greenback coming to Wartburg next week, and it's a must-win game for us. We got to win the next 2 region games to be able to make the playoffs.
Tell us about Greenback real quick.
Greenback is a really good football team. They also they run single wing, so that is run heavy as well. So if anybody's out there and wants to come watch old school football, you need to come to Wartburg Central next week and watch Greenback versus Wartburg. Single wing offense versus the wing T offense.
I love it. Coach, congratulations once again. Tell Caleb I'm looking forward to training with him next week. And I don't know if he's told you or anyone's told you, I have been so hard. You don't have to speak. I can speak for you on here. I've been so hard on the community up there to support you guys more, because I know how hard it's been for you to build up the culture there and a different type of attitude toward the football program. Like, Cofield has a winning program because of the community. It's a small community, and yet you wouldn't know because they're always winning. So I'm always telling people to go support Wartburg if they live in the Morgan County area. Go to the game, support the program, support you, give you time, because I know you're a good coach, you're a good man, you come from a good family, and I'm always high on you, and I have your back.
Way to go, Coach.
Cody, I really appreciate it, man. I just got to get more of these kids over there in some of your classes this off season. If we can get some guys over there to get some BJJ stuff and some boxing, things like that, I think it'll help these kids overall improve in the game of football. So hopefully we get some guys over there in training. We appreciate everything you guys do over there, and we appreciate Channel 12.
Coach, thank you again. And hey, if they want to learn how to fight, you know where to go.
That's it. Thanks, Cody.
See you, Coach.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs, by God. All right. So you have the floor.
So, Wartburg.
Wartburg is
2-4,
I believe.
2-4.
Sliding under the
you
radar.
know what? That's an accomplishment because.
Yes.
Again, I mentioned this last week.
2 weeks in a row.
I forgot to ask him this.
2 weeks in a row.
I forgot to ask him this, but I'm sure I'll ask him sometime next week if they win. At one point in history, Wartburg had the record in the country for the most consecutive losing seasons. Like didn't win a game in I don't know how long.
Right. Yeah, you told me that.
I could be wrong, but I'm 90% confident that is the case.
Yes.
And on that note,
you got Coach Matt Lowe calling in.
I'll let you take this.
Hey, good evening, and welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on, Coach? How you doing, man?
Coach, real quick.
Hey, I'm getting too old for this stuff.
Yeah, Coach.
Oh, I know you're not. You're still a young pup,
I'm
buddy.
telling you, man, I am worn out. I am covered in sweat. Everything on my body hurts. I'm telling you.
That was dogfight, dude. That was dogfight.
49 years old, and I feel every single day of it.
How old are you?
They started down
49.
and came back and whooped Central up.
Coach, real quick, before we continue, can you say, go Wildcats?
No Panthers.
Tell them welcome to the jungle, Coach.
Welcome, yeah. So talk about your evening. I watched a little bit of that game, and there towards the end it was 28-14, and you guys were tied at halftime. So Central is the real deal, looks like.
without a doubt. Their offense is extremely, potent. Quarterback does a tremendous job of making quick decisions, getting the ball out on time. He's certainly got some weapons and some receivers around him. Very impressed with what they were able to do. And so they certainly, it was a heck of a battle all night, and we kept getting 2 touchdowns ahead, and they'd come back and cut it to 1 touchdown. 2 touchdowns, then 1 touchdown. And it pretty much stayed that way from about the 2-minute mark of the second quarter all the way through the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it looked like, to be honest with you, it looked like you guys had, on your defensive wise, looked like you guys had them stopped, and like you said, their quarterback with his feet made a lot of their drives last a lot longer with his scrambling ability.
Without a doubt, and he's been doing it to everybody. We've watched a lot of film. He continues to do that. And I think part of that's by design. He's a very athletic kid, very smart kid, but they go empty a lot, and so they set it all up for, hey, if your first read isn't there, man, take off with it, and he's very good at doing just that.
Yeah. So how about you? So go ahead and talk about your kids and who had a good night, the whole team, or an individual step up and started making the momentum shift in your favor. Talk about them.
I think the easy answer is they all had a good night. This group of kids loves playing together. They're a bunch of goofballs. They get after each other on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in practice. But, there's a group of kids there, whether it's the O-line and the D-line, whether it's the wide receivers and the DBs, and they get after each other. But, boy, they're each other's biggest fans. And so, it might not have been the exact night the defense drew up, but they came up with 2 pivotal stops, caused a fumble on the 1-yard line as they were going in to tie it up, which gave us the ball back. We were able to get out of that possession and go down the field. And then they had an interception early on, brought a field goal or a fake field goal early on. They kept giving us opportunities, and it allowed the offense to get +2. And then, maybe they get back to +1. They come up with a big play again. We go +2 again.
Yeah, it looks like Deuce had a good night. So did he get in on that one long run? Did he score there, or did they stop him on the 1?
He got in.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if he got it, but he had a good night too. Like.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was. Some of the people from the press box told me he had over 500 yards, and they thought 6 touchdowns total. I don't know what's passing or what's rushing or any of that stuff, but that's what the press box crowd came down and told me.
So Deuce had almost 500 all-purpose yards and 6 touchdowns.
That's what I was told.
Dude, that's got to be a school record for something, man.
I don't know. That's a lot.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's good. You know what I mean? So
yep.
That's a good morale to build us together as a team, because as a team you work together to allow Deuce to have a night like that.
Well, without a doubt. I think Deuce will be the first one to tell you that. One, the defense feeding us into it. But 2, that offensive line in front of him are battling. Those running backs are picking up tough yards. So many of those runs that Deuce was able to create tonight was the running back was the lead blocker on those. And so they were giving us a light box. So we certainly felt like the running back could give us an advantage with a +1. And so we continued to work that all night. And, then they start trying to blitz in. We be able to throw the ball out there. So just very impressed with the Zion Jackson wide receiver, very impressed with our running backs, but more than anybody, very impressed with that offensive line, that they were able to gut it out and continue to battle all night.
Man, that's awesome, man. Shout-outs to the offensive line, because that's where it starts, right? To win ball games, you got to win the trenches.
If that group isn't performing.
Right. You know what I mean? It starts up front. Every game. I'm a big fan of, if you're going to win, you got to win the trenches.
Hey, Coach Matt Law.
Yes.
Man, tell me something slick so I can slide, Coach.
You gotta come up with something new, DJ. Come up with something new.
No, that's perfect right there, Coach. Tell me, when's your who do you have up next, and when is your bye week?
All right, next on the game. Let's see, we've got homecoming next Friday versus Campbell County, and then we've got fall break. And I am really looking forward to fall break.
So you've got 2 bye weeks coming up, it sounds like.
Well,
we're not going to go that route. We're going to get ready, and we're going to take care of business.
That's right.
Then we're going to take a week off.
Because I was trying to explain to Cody that, even though they look like they're easy teams this late in the season, everybody's been playing for a while, and everybody's got a bunch of snaps under the belt, so you can't really.
Without a doubt. Everybody has experience. Everybody knows how to play at this point.
Right.
Nobody's a first-time starter on a Friday night. They've all been in battles, like you said, for 6 weeks now.
Right, so Campbell County could come in and give them a dogfight. You never knew that. So you got to take it as.
You know, I'm expecting them to play a little keep away from us and try to grind it out, and you know that's certainly the route I would probably go and try and shorten the game. And so we've got to find a way to get off the field and have our offense continue to work.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
Treat them as if they're you're playing them for the region championship.
That's right.
Coach, thank you again for calling. Good luck next week. Actually, real quick, congratulations on your victory against Campbell County next week. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you.
So what's the biggest?
Go Panthers.
Yeah, hey, real quick, what's the one thing that you're going to do when you get to fall break? You going to go take the boat out, or do you going to go sit back and relax on the couch?
I'm going to sleep in. This is the first thing I'm going to do.
I like that. I like this guy.
Go off at 6 a.m.
That's.
But on top of that, last year we all during fall break we all went down to Orlando, and we actually survived the hurricane last year to go to Disney and all of that. We're not doing any of that this year. My middle daughter's playing college softball at Roan State. I think she's got 3 games that week. So we're just going to be chasing her around, watching her play some college softball.
Man, that's cool, man. I hope you have a good time.
Coach, thank you again.
Got it. All right, thanks, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Got Coach Brad Taylor on the line.
Who's
Coach Brad Taylor is the head coach at Bearden.
Bearden. Okay. Welcome to the. Is he on?
I believe so. Coach, you here?
Yep.
Sorry, Coach. I didn't mean to sound weird there. Anyways, how was your evening? Had a good game. It looked like you guys actually put up a dogfight, you know?
Yeah. It was a good game. It was a good game to, if you're a fan of football, and, it was a fun game to watch. We just, we had couple too many penalties on us that got us in the second half, and and they kind of ran the ball in the second half well enough, to kind of get out in front. But I'm proud of the way we played. I think it's definitely the best game we've played this year. Hopefully we can realize that and then give it the motivation to build off that, even though it wasn't a win.
No, right, and that's what you got. I mean, I know from my understandings, you kind of got a young squad, and you're in a little bit of a rebuilding phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've got a lot. A lot of guys playing their first Friday night football this year. We have very few guys that returned that had started in the past. So and so guys are kind of it takes experience and reps and to get better. And so that's what we're trying to do right now: get our reps in so we can be better.
Yep, I agree with that. I feel like you guys are moving in the right direction. I know, sometimes, the critics on the outside can be kind of harsh, but I feel like Bearden's heading in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're going to be okay. We've got some young guys that they haven't played a lot, but they're going to be okay football players. They're going to be good guys on Friday night. So, we had a lot of guys that played really tough tonight, played with a lot of heart. And made some plays. Just need to make 1 or 2 more plays. And we weren't able to do that, so we kind of came up short. But I'm still really proud of the way we played and the way we fought. We played with a lot of composure. Did everything right. They did everything they were supposed to do to get a win.
Coach, so I don't know why there's harsh criticism against you and the team, because I'm just going to call it what it is as someone from the outside looking in. You guys lost the original head coach, and on top of all the players that left for Anderson County. So I think it's sorry, dude. It is what it is. Calling a spade. But I feel like that's very unfair criticism that you're receiving on that side of the fence. So I want to talk to you about what you've done to kind of rebuild the culture there from the previous coach and players that were there until right now.
Yeah, those guys. There's a lot of good football players, and we would have loved to hold on to them. I know they made the decision that they felt like was best for them. That's great.
They made a business decision.
Yeah. We wish them the best of luck and everything. But we're just trying to trust the process. One day at a time. Let's get better, and go to work, and get some experience and learn some football. And you do that enough, good things are going to happen. But you've got to, there's a time and place for everything. There's a season for everything. Sometimes you have to, sow some oats and water those oats, and it takes some water before they're going to start growing, that kind of thing. So, and that's what we're doing right now. And, we want to be great people, and we want to be high-character people, and we want to go to work every day and get it, a little bit better.
Hey, Coach Brad Taylor, how you doing? This is DJ Pendergrass. Coach, great game tonight. Congratulations on, I know you didn't win, but it was a heck of a game. You guys had you hosted a great event, and there was a lot of people there. Rivalry Thursday, Friday game, OEB Law Rivalry Friday game. What I noticed, Coach, is you had a leader in Drew Parrott, your quarterback, number 5. So it seemed like he tried to put the team on his shoulder.
His older brother. Paxton, is the younger brother. Yeah, Paxton played it. He's a tough kid, good person, most importantly. But he's very consistent. He's tough. He comes to work every day. He's a good student. Just a good all-around person. So Paxton played his tail off tonight. We played him at some quarterback. Kind of a little wild dog type formation, and he did a really nice job. Made some nice plays as a quarterback. Also made some nice plays. As a running back, and a big catch out of the backfield as well.
Yeah, he did. He did a great job. You had some great plays schemed up there, Coach. It was a good atmosphere out there. I expect big things out of you. I know Cody asked you how the locker room and the atmosphere and the culture has changed out there. I've seen it firsthand. I see big things coming for you, and I'm always here to support you. Congratulations. Like I said, it was a loss, but it was a hard-fought loss, and I see good things for Bearden in the near future.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm proud of the way our kids fought tonight. I'm proud of the way how they played tonight. They did everything that we asked them to do, and they bought in tonight and did that. So, we can build on that, then we're going to be okay.
So I know we keep asking you for shout-outs. Do you have any linemen or the defensive players, or even your coaching staff? Do you want to shout out?
Oh yeah. We had several guys that really stepped up and played well tonight. Several guys on defense. Paxton played well on defense as well, but Jack Chandler played well on defense. Liam Powers played really well on defense. He had a really good night. Logan Lamont, number 0, always plays with such a motor. We had some guys on special teams. Our punter, Tomas Lopez, really had a lot of good punts tonight, and helped flip the field on Ferry a couple of times. So, so there was several guys, I think, that played really well tonight, our quarterback, our sophomore quarterback, Aiden Thacker, he took a good shot early on, but he came back and still delivered some really good balls. And Grant Cross had a really nice night as well. So I feel like, offense, defense, special teams, we really tried to play complementary football. I think that's the first, really the first game that we've put that together, and we can kind of build on that. We're going to be okay.
Well, that's good. See, and that's what you want in a young team and a young program. Building blocks, right? You're only as good as your foundation.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I was saying there's building blocks, like all the positive things and fighting through adversity.
I go back to work on Monday and try to build off what we did tonight.
Yep, and I always say that you're only as strong as the foundation that you build, right? Because you got to build a house from the ground up. So it starts with the foundation, and those are positive things to work off of.
Yeah, for sure.
Coach, thank you again for calling in. I would say good luck, but Oak Ridge is my team next week. So, but I wish you I wish you best of luck after Oak Ridge.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Good evening.
Whoa! Don't be mad at me, DJ. I didn't do anything.
Roll Wildcats, roll, baby.
I don't know no one. Real quick, I want to point out something. Why'd you shrug your shoulders when I brought up the Anderson County situation?
Because it's done, it's over with. So
Yeah,
they're
but
no
it's an important question.
They're no longer bearding kids. They wear the Maverick uniform. So
I know.
I get tired of hearing about it. To be honest with you,
I don't, and I just wanted to ask how he's adjusted. And you got
I mean, that's all he's been ever. Probably that's all he's ever talked about.
It's an important part of the story. You can't just ignore that part of the story. It's a very important part of the story.
I know, but they've kept it.
Who's they?
Well, the comedia's kept it kind of quiet. They really haven't talked about that whole
what community?
situation.
Which community?
Well, with what went on with all that and why he's there, they've kept it kind of quiet. They really,
Who's they?
The media, the overall media, where we get our information from. They've kept it kind of under wraps on
I see.
all that.
I see. You wanted to keep this under wraps because it's Anderson County.
Well, it's not really that it's that. It's just that that's what it is, and
get him, Cody.
And we would say the same thing if those kids decided to go to Oak Ridge.
Sure, they're on the team right now.
Right? I mean, but nobody brings that up.
Yeah, nobody transfers to Oak Ridge more than likely unless they have a whole lot of money. There is a fee that you have to pay to go to Oak Ridge. And if it's in Anderson County, it can be right under $4,000, $3,800. That's how much it costs. That's the tuition per semester. But it's $8,000 in Knox County and other places. So Oak Ridge is the hardest place to find a recruit to come in unless you actually live in the zoned area. However, Oak Ridge breeds crazy athletes every single year.
Yeah,
and there's parents that raise their kids to be at Wildcats for life, and it starts at a very young age. So although they lost a lot of kids to a lot of different programs, I mean, Oak Ridge has some of the best athletes around, and some of these programs that you see winning around here for sure have Oak Ridge kids on their team.
I think that's something you should wear with pride on your chest, Alan. You're an Anderson County fan. If I had guys that come to my team, I ain't hiding it. We have a good program. Come to us. We want all the transfers.
I don't want to take the focus off of the. So when we mention these kids, we mention them that they're transfers from Bearden. Well, yeah, they in the fall last year or the spring of last year, whenever it happened. Yes, they transferred from Bearden to Anderson County, but now they're Anderson County. They're Anderson County.
I wasn't saying that wasn't the case. I'm just saying they were originally from Bearden, and that's an important part of the story. I wanted to ask the coach how they've rebuilt the system and the culture there, since these players that were from Bearden have now gone to Anderson County, which is not a bad thing. It's a business decision, but I just wanted to know that. And I found it interesting how you got a little uproar in your system.
Yeah,
Well, I tell you what, if those kids aren't from Bearden.
Excuse me, you're correct.
Yes.
Thank you, DJ Pendergrass, for correcting me. They're not originally from Bearden.
No.
You got the quarterback from Memphis. Who are the rest from? We know he's from Memphis. Where are the others from?
So, I mean, you have a Jason Thompson that more than likely would have been zoned to go to either Fulton or
so Knox area.
or Austin East. You have a Rocky Brown who would have been zoned to go to South Doyle. I'm not sure where Keyshawn would have went, but it's either Fulton or Austin East. These kids I played against all of my little league coaching career, and they was always tough kids to beat, very talented kids. And people talk about recruiting all the time. Coaches recruit, schools recruit. That's for a lot of people, that's far from the truth. I mean, you got your Alcoa programs, you got your Melville program. They don't have to recruit anybody. They're a great program. People are going to go. Then you have a coach like Josh Jones. He didn't have to recruit anybody. Josh Jones is one of the most known coaches in the Knoxville area, and if somebody has somewhere to go, wants to go play for, it's Josh Jones. He created a culture at Fulton years ago in Little League. He carried that on over. He runs the biggest youth football tournament in the United States of America in the Battle in Rocky Top, and he has a lot of connections, just people call him so, and he knows the game. Not only is he a great coach, he's a student of the game. He's always constantly going to colleges, NFL places, learning the ball game. So when you have great cultures, great coaches, great programs, you don't have to recruit. Those guys are going to come to you.
But did he recruit?
No.
Well, there were speculations that time that Bearden went from a 2-8 team, and then the following year that they were, and this was a couple years ago.
Those kids play for Fulton.
Well, there was
Little League.
I understand that. All I'm saying is that in the media there was talk, and Cox brought it up a bunch of times too, that like Bearden had like 63 transfers in like 2 years come in, right? But is that happens? I mean, that's what kids move, and kids, parents have situations in their life that cause them to come do things. So each year, you're always going to have a transfer come in.
I truly believe if I was the head coach of anywhere, I would have a lot of transfers and I would not recruit. I truly believe that.
Right, and that's because of the reputation that you build, right?
Absolutely.
Right, and if you go back and you're looking in the media, like Josh Jones is, now I don't know 100% of all of it, but I just know that it was kind of the same situation with Lamar Brown. He had a bunch of coaches that did some stuff, and he paid the price of not keeping a good coach's room, right?
No, that's not how it went in Bearden. The fact is,
regardless, right?
The school found out that coaches was getting paid more than what they would pay,
right?
And it was through collectives,
the boosters and stuff like that.
Collectives. So that's outside of the school.
Same thing with the NIL.
Not permitted, pretty much. So they didn't see it a good situation, so they released everybody.
Right, and then if he was really, and same thing with Lamar Brown, if they were truly guilty of doing these things or what they were accused of, Knox County wouldn't have let them stay in the system.
Right.
Catholic wouldn't have picked up Josh Jones.
Right, and shout out to Bearden though. I mean, they could have kept Josh Jones, and they could have kept all those players. They stood on their values.
Right, and
they lost a great coach. They lost a lot of great players.
But they got a great coach in return too.
Well, not only that, he is a graduate of Bearden. That's where he graduated in 1994. He grew up in Bearden. He played ball in Bearden. He head coached at Bearden before he went to Corns, and now he's back where he wants to be, and he hopes to finish his teaching and coaching career at Bearden.
Well, I hope they do. I hope things start going in the right direction. Cause I like those West and Bearden and AC and Bearden, them dogfight matchups. I really like those. That's good football. Outside of that, even with the little schools, like you don't hear much about what happens in the little schools.
Well, speaking of little schools, I do have a little information on one particular little school. And do we have any of those highlights available? Okay, before we get to those highlights, I'll let you get those ready. I want to read out a stat from a little school. This little school
man just kissed me.
It's called Oliver Springs.
Well, I guess that's what the pink's attracting to.
The Oliver Springs Bobcats have been balling, and it's great leadership, great community support. But I want to give a shout out to one particular guy. His name is Jackson Jett. I'll call him Ricky. There's a story behind that. This young man had 13 carries, 190 yards with 2 touchdowns, 6 receptions, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 tackles, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery, and an OT, 1 block extra point. He blocked the field goal in overtime.
Me of Trent Strickland.
That man is a bad boy.
Jackson
Trent
Jett's
Strickland.
a dog. I'll say that much.
Ricky is a bad man. Yes. So want to give a shout out to those guys.
I saw that too on Facebook. I don't know who it would be because it is what it is. He's my height and he's short. But I hope some type of college gives him a chance as a walk-on, something. A tiny college. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
I hope he gets a chance to
I think Ricky can play at a 6A level and start for any team. I'm talking about a Maryville.
Name a school. Just name one.
Maryville, Oak Ridge, you name it. He is one of those players.
I meant like college.
Oh, college. Oh, okay. I was talking about high school.
His size is going to hurt him.
Yeah,
his size is going to hurt him, but his heart will never hurt him. And, Jackson, if he plays college football, he'll be happy.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope a school gives him a chance, a college school.
I see a Maryville College recruiting him. I see a U-Pike recruiting him. I see a school like that. Absolutely. And if he continues to be the Jet that he is, I think he has an opportunity to, D2, D3, and potentially D1. I mean, the kid is truly a special athlete.
I can see. Here's why.
He's D1 safety size.
4 or 5 years in college, a transfer over to D1.
Here's why I think that's possible. I'm going to name a player that no one hasn't heard from in a long, and I know you know this name. This is when I was in high school. He was a stud. Played for Bearden, went to UT. Do you know what I'm talking about? Shorter than me. but dude could run out of his mind. Devin Young.
Wow, I have not heard that.
Wow, indeed.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Was about my height. I'm 5'8". He might be 5'7". Was 5'7" at that time. I think there is a path Jet can have like Devin Young.
Yes.
Maybe not D1. I don't know. Jet's going to have to really ball out the rest of the season against the good teams as well to show, which he did. Rockwood's a good team to show he's up there. The thing with Devin Young at Bearden, he was facing big schools like Maryville.
Right.
He was scoring.
Yeah.
The thing with Jet's facing tiny schools, which is fine because those stats are impressive.
Yeah.
Devin may have run some touchdowns, but he didn't play all sides of the ball.
Right.
Jet's doing everything.
He's doing everything, even special teams.
I do believe there is a path for Oliver Springs' Jackson Jet to college. Whether it's D1 or lower, I don't know.
Right.
Because he's short. But again, Devin Young from Bearden, 2008, 2009, when Derek Dooley was the coach, was also short. The dude ran like lightning. No one could catch him.
Could you imagine Ricky Jet at a Catholic where they have a nutritionist there to make sure that they're eating the right things, getting their body built up, doing the right weight plan and things like that for him, what type of athlete he would be. And then nobody that goes to Catholic, I'm going to tell you, I've been there before, and the first thing the coach asked me was, ask my son, do you want to play ball in college? Because if you don't want to play ball in college, they don't want you there because they have a nutritionist, because they have a weight plan for you, because they have all the things that can get you to the next level. I can imagine Jet playing for a Catholic, being very competitive at Catholic, putting up the good numbers like he is, even though it is a small level school at a Catholic with a good nutritionist, I think he'd be on his way.
Go ahead. The one thing that he would really need to do that would help his case is get his film in the hands of the right people.
Right.
That, all in a nutshell, a lot of these guys that go D1, that go Division II, these higher level things, you may have the exact same talent as that person that's going to that position.
Yeah.
But he has better connections.
You know the difference between Oliver Springs and a Catholic? At Catholics, Coach Shadowins can push one button and send this film out to 500 different colleges, just like that.
Right.
That's the difference. Guys, let's take a small commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a small commercial break. When we come back, we'll take that phone call, and we'll get some highlights.
Cool beans.
You're not even in the shit. Get your A in here.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough, State Representative. Friday nights are special in Anderson County. Football under the lights, warm weather, cool nights, and some intense rivalries. I want to congratulate the student athletes, the cheerleaders, the band, the teachers, the coaches. You've worked incredibly hard. Go out there, compete hard, and enjoy it. There's nothing like high school football.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry and Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
All right. He's number one, right?
We'll get him out of the way.
All right, hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Before we take this caller real quick, we got to go over some of our sponsors. Go to fmcor.org to learn how you can volunteer, not just medically, but there are many non-medical roles and work from home. Go to fmcor.org to get more information. If you need care, go there and get started. Don't be afraid to use the internet.
Coach Ring.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Coach?
Coach, that was a hard-fought win against Bradley Central and the referees.
Yeah, it was obviously, you go down to enemy territory down there, and we don't expect to get a call. That's just part of it. But kids battled, kids fought, kids competed. It was a wild game. It just was back and forth, kind of a slobber knocker type deal. Nobody could really do anything on offense, to be honest with you. We had some plays called back, whatever, but just a slobber knocker type game, super physical. They're talented. They got 5 or 6 Cleveland transfers in the off season. So they had a very well put together roster, and it was a hard fought game for sure.
Yeah, you can see your boys were getting frustrated, and I felt like they had this attitude about them, like they were going to go down there and walk all over Bradley Central, and they got kind of smacked in the mouth early.
Correct. Oh yeah, we there's been this season. Unfortunately, we've kind of. I don't know if we've trailed really any at all. We've not really had much adversity to overcome, and we were telling them all week, this ain't going to be the same old whatever. I mean, you're going to have to go down here and compete. And I think they didn't realize that. And once you got in the fourth quarter and you saw the guys that Bradley had on defense and offense and some of the size and speed and talent they had, that it was going to be a different ball game. And at halftime, we kind of calmed everybody down, tried to rally the troops, and just told them, hey, we told you guys all week it was going to be a war down here, so let's go in the second half and find a way to win it. And we found a way to win it.
Yep. I agree with you on that one.
Coach, how's Presley?
Yeah. We're still trying to figure some stuff out. He left the game with a shoulder issue, so there's not really a lot of concrete information to really give out. But, we hope he's going to be okay. I guess we'll just have to kind of see what plays out with the shoulder situation.
Well, Coach, looking at your schedule for the next couple of weeks, it looks like you have a very favorable schedule before you guys face Maryville. So, at worst, he may be out. Hopefully, he's only out several weeks before Maryville.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're still trying to, figure out, what the deal is. Obviously, with a kid and an injury, you're not trying to, don't want to do a whole lot of speculating. But hopefully we can figure out what the extent is, and just pray Will's okay, and just pray for him and his health.
It looks like he tried to tough it out there for a little bit, and it just bothered him too much, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, he wanted to go out there and play, and obviously just couldn't do it. And I think we commend him for that. And obviously just didn't work out.
Right.
So, hey, Coach Rain, sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off. Coach Rain, how you doing, man? Coach DJ here.
Good.
Coach, man, you're phenomenal. I love you. I love your work. You know what? Your guys up front, your linebackers, man, they are stellar. I mean, you guys put together, a heck of a group. I noticed number 52, King Sandoval, getting a little bit of time today. He has a lot of pressure in the backfield. 14th, Top J. Walters getting in the backfield. 33, getting in the backfield. Monte. Coach, I mean, what are you feeding these animals?
Pizza?
I think it's a mentality, obviously Top J. Walters is just a dog. I mean, he's going to dominate everybody. There's really, and 13 for them was like Tim. I mean, Tim, those are probably 2 best defensive linemen, on the field in the whole area and down there tonight. But Monte Bishop's kind of like the quiet assassin. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he, when he comes off the edge, I mean, at 6'2", 190, he's got some burst and nobody can really block him. Caden Stewart, King Sandoval,
yes,
Don Vasquez, Nate Stevens, we got like a 4-man defensive line rotation we played down there tonight. And then, Blake Woody's filled in great for JT Gormley, who we expect to get back here pretty quick. So
can't wait.
Our defensive box, DJ, one thing that's funny, Monday we challenged the game's going to come down to our box physicality because we know Bradley Central wants to run the football, and those guys friggin' balled out. They played physical. Bradley Central, we held them to like 100. We held them to like 115 total yards offense.
Man, that's awesome.
In a 4-quarter varsity game. So
that's awesome.
That's what you call getting after it.
Coach, you know what and I brag about you all the time. I never will stop. I love the way you coach. I love your mentality. I love the way you get your guys pumped up to get after it. Coach, talk a little bit about your assistants though, because you are the head coach. Your assistant coaches obviously take a big part of what you guys do. How do you guys come up with all the game plans? Is it a lot of film, a lot of talking? How does that work out, and how do you guys mesh and make it all work?
Yeah, I mean, we got a good staff. I mean, a lot of staff's been together for a couple of years now, so got a good staff, and they got to do a great job of coaching the kids and everything. And obviously, when you're playing 6A ball, it takes a village to do it. As you know, you got to have good help, and that's one thing we got right now is we got a good staff, and everybody's aligned on what our goal is, and both sides of the ball. Like I said, we struggled a little bit offensively tonight. A lot of that had to do with their size and speed on defense and some of the penalties we got. But, staff's done a great job of working with the kids, and I think, you started out 6-0, obviously it's a team effort. So tonight it was like, we had a great kick by Eli Pearson, kicked a 45-yard field goal, and that ended up being the difference. But I was going to say this, guys, we're getting back to the school right now. So I may have to run off here because we got to get some kids turned in stuff, and it's obviously an hour, 40-minute trip. No fun, but it's a lot better when you come back from a win.
Congratulations, Coach.
No problem, Coach. You do what you got to do, man. Congratulations, man. Big things moving forward. I hope at least the Oak Ridge line got a taste of what the size capability of 6A football is going to look like. Cause you know what I mean. And so outside of that, man, very proud of you, and keep rolling, man.
Yeah, we'll keep it going. I appreciate all you guys do for high school football. I know the kids really enjoy what y'all do, especially DJ with the Rivalry Thursday stuff and spreading the word and, doing a great job. So we just appreciate y'all, okay?
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Yep. Yeah, see y'all. Yep. Bye.
Coach Derek Rain, 6-0, starting out.
Yep.
Favorable schedule moving forward. We're not there at Maryville yet. We talked to Mark Packer last week. He said because I had a kid on the team that I was favoring. I'm really not. The reason why I favor them is because they have star power at every level on both sides of the ball, and that is the truth. From the linemen to the linebackers to the cornerback to the safety to the linemen on offense to your quarterback to your running backs to your wideouts. They have star power all over the field. A lot of kids already getting offers, multiple offers for some of them. And, of course, Maryville is Maryville. But a lot of people get disturbed when they hear a name. And they're beat before they walk into the stadium because of a name. I don't think Oak Ridge is fearing the name of Maryville, and I think they're going to put on a show like they did today against Bradley Central, and it's going to be one heck of a game. I don't know who's going to win that game, but I am picking Oak Ridge.
I'm going to touch on that too, because I think like DJ's saying, I think part of Oak Ridge's kind of like mediocre performance tonight was the fact that I think they were still second guessing themselves, because they finally really got to see what the 6A size is going to look like.
D1 lineman on the defensive end.
Yep, and it's going to be like that. Once you get to that Maryville game and you get from Maryville into the playoffs, it's going to be like that every week. And I think after they realized that, hey man, we can play with these guys, because you could see it in the second half. They were more energetic. They were firing off the ball more. And now, granted, the refs held them at bay, but you still came away with the win.
Right.
So
let's make sure we don't ask any coaches about referees. Coaches cannot talk, absolutely cannot talk anything about the referees.
Okay.
That is a violation of so many sorts. So let's make sure we don't do that. Other than that, great questions.
Oh, no, hey, well,
Whoa, real quick. Coach DJ Pendergrass.
Yes,
there
sir.
might be consequences for the coaches, but there's no consequences on this show. I don't know about you guys. I will ask whatever I want if I feel like it's necessary. Granted, he doesn't have to respond.
He's smart enough not to.
He doesn't have to respond, but I will ask anyway because I will speak my mind no matter what. If I see a spade, I'm going to call a spade. If I see bullcrap, I'm going to call bullcrap.
Well, that's great, and that's what I love about you, Cody, because you're always honest. But what I would like to do is protect those coaches because in the heat of the moment, you and I know someone can say the wrong thing, and that could cost them, some type of fine or something like that. So if we could refrain from asking the coaches anything about the referees would be absolutely fantastic, because if that had went the other way around and he felt some type of way and he blurted out the wrong thing and the wrong person is watching this, that could cause some trouble. So we want to do our best to protect our coaches who take their time to give us a call here in the studio.
No, and we don't disregard the refs at all. The refs have a hard job. I refereed middle school and junior varsity baseball for a year, and I love the school ball. I love the coach or refereeing middle school and JV's baseball. But man, travel ball is different ball game, dude. And parents are ruthless when it comes to their kids in travel baseball.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm not saying that I had made bad calls. I could have made bad calls. It was my first year. But I made a call, and the parents didn't like it, and I think that was the last of it because they didn't like what was coming out of their mouth.
When is the celebration at Clinton?
The celebrations, well, let's talk about the celebration at Clinton. The celebration at Clinton actually started previously before the game started. It is senior night tonight for those Dragons, and they had to play Campbell County in their home field. So the celebration began before the game even started. So that celebration will continue. Hopefully they get over it in a day or two and get ready for next week as they have to prepare. I don't have their schedule right off top. I'll figure that out. We'll get the answer to that.
They play Powell. Campbell County. Powell plays Campbell County.
So we'll figure that out. And but the celebration began. Shout out to those seniors. I know several of those seniors. One of them is maybe more than one. I have family members that actually play on that team, and they're seniors. So I have Riker Arms, who's my godson. Cam Anderson from Roane County is my cousin. And I also have the big, tall, 6'4", Super Hoops basketball, Braylon Hayden. That's also my cousin as well. So shout out to you guys. Guys, you're seniors. This is your last year. This is your last run. Continue to do great things. Keep those grades up. And I know I see every last one of those guys I just talked about play at the next level.
Yeah, and shout out to Bryson, man, on getting the Clintons all-time receiving yard record.
Yeah, well deserved.
Well deserved.
Super athlete. I've seen Bryson in a hump, I think, one time, and it was versus Anderson County a year or two ago. But he still did the best that he could do. But Bryson is an athlete that, few far in between that you're going to find somebody like that. People see him and talk about him playing football. Have you seen the kid play basketball?
Oh, yes.
This kid is an absolute phenom in basketball as well.
I watched him last year when he played Anderson County at Union County for the region championship.
Yes.
I watched him. I ain't never seen a high school kid smack his head off of the backboard, dude.
Bryson is a special
And he didn't
talent.
just smack the top of his head. Like, he smacked the side of his head. Like, he was up.
Sorry, guys. You don't see me on camera. I have the cooties today, and I don't want to spread them to my colleagues there. They're sitting up there in front of you. Hopefully they can get a camera set up on the sideline where I am. And here soon we're going to get some highlights. If CJ has those highlights ready, we'll play those highlights.
DJ, real quick, does Oak Ridge play Clinton basketball this year?
I don't see a way that it doesn't happen. I know the girls' game didn't happen one year. I forgot. I think it was a sickness or something happened, but that was the only time they've never played. Oak Ridge Clinton basketball will always be a thing, just like football.
Clinton's my pick this year for that region.
Yeah, and how could you not? I mean, they're great. Now they adding Cam Anderson there. I heard Jalen Benjamin is going to come out and play. You have Braylon Hayden, who's going to be, he's a 6'4" guy. So they're going to be long. They're going to be athletic. They're going to be really tough to handle. And then you got Brendan Hayden, who's a sophomore over there, that's going to do well for them in basketball as well.
They were tough last year. They came in. They started putting it together right at the right time.
Yes, and the year before. And the year before that.
Yeah.
Clinton has been tough for the past 4 years in basketball.
What's their coach's name? I forget.
Chris Lockard is the coach's name.
Man,
and he's preparing his son, Little Lockard, to take over as Chris took over for his dad. Rest in peace, Don Lockard.
Also, it's going to be a family-style coaching thing. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to keep going. A good Clinton tradition there, man. Because Anderson County is going to be they're going to be young next year, right? So, and I'm not saying that they're not going to be competitive. They're just going to be very young. So, outside of that, because Bryson's on there, and I like Bryson. I've met Bryson a couple times through Derek, and I want Bryson to have I want him to have a championship, whether it's football or basketball, before he graduates this year.
That'll be great. I think he deserves it. Great kid. He will play at the next level.
Outside of that, I brought this up earlier, but Oakland did beat Blackman.
Oakland is a tough team. They train different. They train at a college level.
Well, remember, Mark said that was going to probably be the one team that gives Oakland a problem was going to be Blackman.
Yeah.
And no, they steamrolled them, dude.
Yeah, man. You know what? They like I was saying, they train at a very high level, and in their off season, they're not off at all. In fact, they are going to colleges and they're training with colleges, and their facilities are state of the art. And every kid that's on that team is just like a Catholic. Every kid that's there, they want to go to the next level, and they train and prepare themselves for it. There's no days off. Mentally, physically, they're always prepared, ready to go. Oakland is going to be a challenge.
So, and then another thing. So, I have kind of a. Can we talk a little bit of the region standings here a little bit with the area teams?
It's your show, Doug. Talk. Say what you want.
We only got a little bit of time. It's almost midnight.
Say what you want.
So I did a little bit of research. So right now for 4A Region 2, that's Anderson County's region. So and this is just max prep. This is not a finalized or nothing like this. So in Region 2 right now, and I'm going to overstep this, so it's going to be Alcoa number 1, Anderson County number 2. I seen it where Carter did beat Heritage, so I'm almost positive that's going to put Heritage either 5th, because Carter would probably take 4th, and then South Doyle would probably take the 3rd spot. I'm not 100% about that, but Carter, South Doyle, and Heritage would be in the battle for 3 and 4. 5A Region 2, which would be Powell, Clinton, all those teams. So right now, Powell would be the number 1 seed in Region 1. Knox, now this is just max prep. The next one would be Knox Central, and then they had Carnes in here, but I don't see how Carnes would be the 3rd seed. I would have to put Halls in the 3rd seed, and then possibly West hasn't won one yet, have they? They haven't won any games yet, have they?
Yes, West have won a game.
West has won a game, but no region games yet, right?
I don't think so.
So in that 4th seed, it would probably either be Clinton or William Blunt. William Blunt has the tiebreaker right now, so probably William Blunt. So Clinton has a chance, if they do good here out and pick up another region win, and man, if they could pick up 2 more region wins, that would lock that in. So let's go to.
We got those highlights up? Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that.
All right, so 6A Region 2, which would be where Oak Ridge is. So Maryville would be number 1. Oak Ridge would be number 2. They got Bradley Central as 3 and Hardin Valley as 4. I think those would switch around a little bit. And then in 1A for Region 2, which would be Oliver Springs, Coalfield, Rockwood, and all them, they have Oliver Springs as in the number 1 seed right now. Coalfield in the number 2 seed. Rockwood in the 3 seed, and Greenback in the 4 seed. And Midway's on the outside looking in. Well, on some of the like Region 1 for 4A would be Greenville, E-Town, Volunteer, and then Cherokee. 5A, Region 1, Sevier County. And I want to mention something about the Sevier County. Tennessee, Davy Crockett, and Morristown West. Region 1, 1A, Region 1. It looks like they got Cosby as the number 1. North Green, Cloudland, and Angelico. But I think that's going to change starting next week. And then Region 1, 6A, they got Dobbins Bennett, Jeff County, Science Hill, and then Morristown East.
You know what? I hope these Cofield people are watching this because they love to hear that they're second place.
Oh yeah.
I think the people who do the stats, work with Cofield because it just fires Cofield up, and they go under the radar. They don't say anything. They don't. Well, Miss Carson may say something. Shout out to Miss Brittany Carson. She's my favorite. But nobody says anything at Cofield. They fly under the radar every single year, and I don't understand how they fly under the radar. They are never ranked as number 1. They always have somebody up above them, and I do not think that.
That is not true at all. I have Facebook just like everyone else. I see some Cofield people talking all the time. That is fake news.
Here's
DJ Pendergrass. I'm not going to get away with that.
Oh,
Here's a kicker on that, though, right? So Oliver Springs and Cofield look at South Pittsburgh as basically their Alcoa, right?
Yep.
Right? So for people that don't know this, South Pittsburgh beat Red Bank. Red Bank's a 4A school.
South Pittsburgh is going to be tough every single year.
They didn't just beat Red Bank. They hammered them.
So what a lot of people around this area may not know about South Pittsburgh is they get players from 3 different states. You got Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia.
Also,
Yes.
Georgia?
They live right on that line that connects them all, and they get them all at that small little school.
Oh, check that out. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Probably didn't know that.
When do I get my own chair, DJ? How come you get your own chair?
Well, today I'm just a little under the weather. I don't want to be beside you guys because I'm just a little bit under the weather. But I will tell you, I do like this view. This is pretty nice. I like it. Shout out to Brad and CJ for getting me set up over here. I know you guys out there at home have been wondering, like, where is he at? I'm here. I'm just a little bit under the weather, so I'm quarantining myself. No voodoo stuff, just quarantining myself because I don't want to spread that. But always happy to be here at the Friday Night Scoreboard. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we have some highlights. If we have some highlights, I know CJ will play them. And look at this. This is week 1 through 5 of Jackson Jet. Tell me what you think. Call this out for me there, Alan. What do you see?
Man, he's just a dog. He's such a sneaky.
I see vision. I see he sees the field real well, and he's shifty. So Jackson Jet bouncing out around the corner.
He reminds me of Devin Young. He reminds me of Devin Young.
You said it.
That shiftiness and vision, that I literally see Devin Young.
This kid he's been doing this since he was 4 years old, and I'm not exaggerating with the age.
Yep, bouncing around the corner.
For those of you who don't know who Devin Young is, look him up on YouTube or Google. Devin Young used to play for Bearden High School exactly like this. Shifty, short, fast. No one could catch him.
No.
And a little touchdown.
Run, Ricky, run.
Quick, because if you look at his dad, like his dad's and I'm not saying this in a bad, like his dad's a little over. He's a little.
His dad was a bad boy when he played for Oliver Springs too.
Look at dude, he's quick.
Hey, don't talk about our boy Jet that way. Jet will walk in here and wreck all of us, especially me.
Old age is,
I didn't say it, Jet. He did.
Old age you can put on a lot of weight when you get older.
Dirk Jet is a good friend of mine, and he's always been real. He keeps it real. Shout out to Dirk. He was the one that sent me those stats, so I was happy to say that.
Did he play for Oliver Springs?
Yes, he did play for Oliver Springs, and he was a beast. Matter of fact, in Little League, I'm gonna go down to Little League. I played for Clinton in Little League, and we've never been scored on until a man named Dirk Jet came through and scored on us. From I think it was Norwood, I believe, at the time. So, but yeah, Dirk Jet was also a great football player. a mind of a maniac, and he 100 miles per hour. If he was going to mess up, he was going to do it at 100 miles per hour.
So he was a running back?
Dirk Jet was everything. But yes, he was a running back. He was the first person to score on our football team when I was growing up in Clinton. Nobody, not even Oak Ridge, could beat us or score
I
on
just
us.
like how Jet is shifty. That's exciting to watch. And he does that hop. See, that is college football right there. That move he just pulled.
Yes.
I'm now convinced he can play college ball.
He definitely can.
That is that's just, he has it, the it factor.
It goes back to, like I said, if you put Jackson Jet at a Catholic who has a nutritionist and a weight program.
Look at this.
This kid will be, I mean, he'll probably be a 3-4 star recruit in Tennessee, right? A lot of people, they love their hometown feel. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. You know,
he just has it. I mean, look at this.
He is it, and he always has been it. But if you take this kid and you put him at a Catholic that has a nutrition program, that has a weight program, that has coaches that do it the college way, this kid will be a 3-4 star recruit. I truly believe this. Let's just say 3. But colleges will be bamming on this door. If you got Coach Shadowins who's pushing one button and sending it out to 500 colleges, somebody's going to recognize what you guys are recognizing right now, and everybody's watching, and they're definitely going to be giving him offers.
So this is this season?
That's right. First 5 games.
Yeah. This is just
not including today.
You know, DJ, I talked to his dad Derek last year about, you know, what's his son going to do after football. I was like, he may get a job at the lab or something. It would be, in my opinion, a tragedy if he didn't get some type of offer after seeing this.
I agree.
Excuse my French, that's too damn good to not be a college ball player.
Yeah, he's good. He's great.
His vision, his heart, his shiftiness.
He's
a football player.
And he has a great mindset. You know, he's a Christ follower, and he keeps his grades up, hangs around good people, makes good decisions. So even outside of football, off the field, he's a great guy. He's a great mentor to the young. He's coaching young kids that's in the Boys and Girls Club age
And on
group.
top of that,
So,
we didn't even mention the part, he just turned 18, so he's basically a man out there against other high school kids.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Well, he's probably not the only 18-year-old out there.
Sure, I'm just stating the numbers here. It's true, which is not a bad thing, but that just helps in his experience on the football field.
Absolutely. And colleges love that because the maturity, that one extra year of maturity when you're going in. That's why you see a lot of kids like your Shavar Youngs, your GB Tate. What they did is they reclassed because they knew they had the talent.
Chandler, can you run that back? Can we please go back to that play? Chandler, please go back to that play. I want to point out something that was intriguing to me that I saw. The very last play where there was a I want to point out something.
Well, that's just your boy.
We can't see it, but.
So that's Ricky Jet there. Jackson Jet. I'll call him Ricky. Ricky helped us win many ball games, not only in basketball but in football. Ricky played on my AAU basketball team. He played on my traveling team for the Tennessee Jays, and he's always made a stamp. Every place that Ricky's gone, he's made a lot of people mad on the other side.
Yeah, darn right he has.
But he's also gained a lot of respect because of how hard he works. He is a true hard worker, and like I said, that is on and off the field, and he shows great maturity by even giving back to the young youth club by coaching them as well. So shout out to you, Ricky. You're my
Chandler,
guy.
are we able to pull that back up?
So,
here we go. I think it's the play after this. So it's the last play, but what I saw, he puts a guy on skates, and the guy falls right on his butt. Here it comes. So, this might not be it. Might be the one after this.
The one that blew when he was in the white and they were on the blue.
It's coming, but it's the very last play. Oliver Springs people are enjoying themselves right now. This is now the Oliver Springs show. So, man, I hope it's coming up here soon. But anyway.
There's never been a year that he hasn't put somebody on skates and put them on their butt.
Well, I saw this one in particular because the dude literally fell backwards right on his butt.
Every year, 4 years straight.
Okay, I think this is it. Yes, this is it. All right. Going in the straight line, tightrope, and right here. Dude falls back. Oh my gosh.
Well,
that was funny.
The one thing that might hurt them later down the road, is that do they have anybody else outside of him that could be that it factor?
I mean, the quarterback is really good. Liam Boke is very good. They have a running back, in Hammock. I forgot his first name, Ian Hammock, if I'm not mistaken. That guy actually came from Cofield. He's really good. He's a sophomore. He's gonna be a runner just like Jet. They do have Jordan. I can't get his last name out. Jordan has turned out to be a phenomenal athlete with them as well. Number 21 is sophomore Carson Sieber. He's very tall, strong, athletic. He's going to go get those goal balls. He's really good. And then they have their linemen now. A couple of them are missing. I think one is hurt. Shout out to Jonah Robbins. But, I mean, on both sides of the ball, they have kids that can actually compete. And I can't wait till week 10 when they play Cofield because it is going to be a heck of a battle. But, yes, they do have kids outside of Jet. And I hate just to talk about Jet, but those numbers is something that, you know, TV talks about. They don't care if it's college, football, NFL. Numbers is what they talk about. But like I said, quarterback Liam Boke is very good. Their center's really good. They have a couple wideouts that are really good. A running back outside of Jet that is really good. So they have place. And then not to forget, they have a leader in Cooper Jones. Cooper Jones is a middle linebacker, has been, I think, for the past 4 years. He is sealing up those holes. He's probably one of the best run linebackers, stuffing those holes up, and he's also grabbing a couple of interceptions along the way. He's a great leader. I want to say he's probably about 6 foot, probably 200 pounds, and he's a great dad, you know, great family, and I'm pretty sure he's getting some offers at the next level. So, yes, they have somebody other than Ricky Jet. Ricky Jet just has those numbers, and his dad makes sure to share them with me.
Is anybody trying to pick that up for TV? So I know Rivalry Friday and Rivalry Thursdays already booked for that week 10.
Yeah, so TTSN is a channel that they have that they created. My guys, Liam Boke, Zach Hamby, and Ethan Jones, they have started TTSN where they have their own programming. They're at the school. They have a great editor out there, great camera guys, and they have been following them around, making sure they're getting their highlights and trying to put them on TV.
DJ,
so, yeah.
let me ask you this. Does Oliver Springs have a better team this year than last year? And it's okay to be honest.
Yeah, so no. I don't believe they have a better team than they have last year, but I believe they have the same chemistry. A lot of those kids that they lost last year, they won a state championship in middle school and played all the way through, high school. So, I mean, they lost some good, and it's pretty much the line. You know, they lost some good linemen, and they lost a good running back in the Mason Day. So I don't think they're better than what they were last year, especially after losing Jaquan Benton. But I do believe they had the same team's chemistry and the same heart to move forward.
I'm not saying that they have a better team than last year, but I think this team's going to shock some people.
Without question. A lot of those kids played Tennessee Jays football with me. Those Tennessee Jays are national champs. We played many years without winning. We played many years without making it to the championship. We may play many years just losing one game by an inch or something like that. But the final year that we was able to play, we played the best teams in the United States of America. And we whooped them all, hands down, became national championships. And those kids have national championship pedigree over there.
Yeah. So, and then I don't want to get off topic on this. So remember earlier you said something about the recruiting thing. I personally think that where the recruiting starts is with the YAC. And these coaches are starting to look at all right, well, we know, because as we all know, if you know anything about the youth football in the area, the YAC probably is one of the better divisions to be in, I think, for the area because of the variety of talent you get. You get inner city, you get some of the Mountain League, you get a wide mix. So, and if you look, a lot of the talent that's playing for Powell and West and Oak Ridge and I don't know about up at Oliver Springs. So I don't know how many teams actually from Oliver Springs play in that.
They don't play in the YAC.
But a lot of those kids come from that division.
Yeah, but not in those small schools. Not at your Cofields, not at your Wartburgs, not at your Oliver Springs, your Harrimans, your Midways, your Kingstons. Those kids don't play in the YAC. They don't even see that competition unless they get on the All-Star team and travel, during Little League or get on the All-Star team and play in the Battle and Rocky Top. But those kids don't see that competition year-round coming up. The Yak is one of the better youth football programs around. It's a lot of stuff I don't agree with, but hey, I'm just one of those guys that I find something not to agree with. But the talent level is undeniable. And I think it's better than the VFL, the Volunteer Football League, as far as overall talent-wise, and the travel is not as bad as the VFL is either. So, and I know they changed a lot of things, even the rules, that they're making it more footballish. When I was a coach, it was more Mickey Mouse football at the younger ages, and I couldn't stand it. I think it hurt a lot of those kids. So I was happy to take my kid to play in Oliver Springs when they had the league, when they was playing Harriman and Kingston and Rockwood and Midway. And so that was one of the best football leagues I've ever been in before we came back to Oak Ridge and joined the Knoxville League. And that's when I started seeing real talent, your Jason Thompsons, your Shavar Youngs, your Gregory Tates of the world, you can name them. So a lot of those kids out there, and all those kids are going to probably play Division I ball. And again, when Oak Ridge went out there at Little League, I had a team that I made it all the way to the semifinals with a 9U team. The only teams we lost to was the Road Runners and Fulton. Those two played in the championship. The 8U team, that's where your Malik, you have your Mill Porter and all those kids. Those kids with the 8U, they went through and smacked everybody. Again, Oak Ridge has star power. We played the best players around this area in football, and even some of those kids on the Oak Ridge football team also joined me for the battle in Rocky Top. Wayne Gibson being one of them. We had Top J Walters 1 year, and we've also had Quavez Williams be on that team as well. So Oak Ridge has star power.
Right. So with that, the only other thing I think of, so do you think the million with Porter, how do you think he is doing with running the ball? He struggled tonight a little bit.
Well, like Coach Rain said it, it's going to be one of those nights, Mill. You're going to have 10 touches, and each one of them is going to be 1 yard, and then you're going to have one touch that's going to be for 50 yards. And it was just one of those things. Again, they was playing some Division I level linemen on the other side on that defensive line. That offensive line hasn't seen anyone like that. So it was going to be a struggle for them. They're a tough team. Demillion, I call him Daylight. I call him Daylight because it don't matter what play is called. Once he sees Daylight, he's going to cut it up. He's going to get to Daylight, and he's going to make something happen. Very strong runner, and obviously you've seen him all year long finish, even in this game where he was just getting 1 yard here, 1 yard there, 2 yard here, and it looked like he was struggling. He was finally able to break out one because he seen Daylight.
Yeah, and I will say this, if anything, I wish he would run a little harder. Like I love him. I think he's a great running back. I've seen him with Jason Thompson, like all them guys. I really liked it because of his size too. I feel like if sometimes he likes to juke a lot. You know what I mean?
Who are you talking about?
He's talking about Porter. Demillion Porter.
I don't agree with that. I think he sees the cutback lanes and he gets there. Like I said, I call him Daylight because he's looking for Daylight. He's not a guy that's going to juke. He'll run you clean flat over. But when he can dig his foot in, he can make that cut. And I think that's what they want to see at the next level. You see that all the time at the college level, even in NFL. Right. You find a piece of Daylight, you dig your foot in there, and if you can cut and make and grab a couple extra yards, that's fine. But Demillion Porter is not one that's going to juke and shake and bake. However, one of the best running backs around the area, probably the best in the state, Mr. Jason Thompson can juke and bake with the best of them. I think he reminds me of Reggie Bush the way he runs the football, and he's going to be an exceptional talent at the next level.
Cool. You got anything? You?
Do we have any more highlights, CJ? Let's pull these highlights up. I'm pretty sure Cody will be more than happy and proud about these highlights.
Hey! No, I think Alan has this.
Tell me what we got over there, Alan.
So you got Jalen hitting the swing out, Bryson Maddox getting upfield.
Who's this against?
Campbell County. Jalen looking deep.
It's a nice game.
Connecting with Bryson Maddox in for a touchdown. That's a good pass. Jalen backing up again, looking deep. A good deep ball. Bryson Maddox again. Look at that. Look how you got to break out of that and didn't give up. That's what you want. Jalen rolling out. That's what you want to see. Yes, there you go. Use your feet, big man. He's got size. That ball's coming out faster. You notice that? Last two games, that ball's coming out faster. It's coming out of his hands a lot faster. Go. Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I hope so. Again, we've always talked about their line. I think their line is doing a lot better. But if you don't have the Jimmys and Joes, you better get the ball out of your hand quickly.
Well, I think they noticed that. They're like, all right, that ball's, because if you look, he's like 3 seconds. That ball I think that's the longest play that he's had that ball in his hands so far. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, get it out. And that's another thing I wish they would do. Like, they got a good running back. Like, why don't they run him more?
So I wish they would run Riker arms a lot more as well. But when you bring in a transfer from Harriman, who's a multi-athlete, who's a punter, who's a quarterback, who's a running back, who's a slot guy, who's a wide receiver, and Cam Anderson, that's one of the things that I have talked about Coach Jake Dawson. I think he's a phenomenal coach and he has a bright future. I think the reason why they're a little bit behind where they are now because the undecisiveness. Maybe they had a plan to go into the first game. They got rained out where they was going to do 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs. But I think they're behind now because of the undecisiveness. I do believe if he's more decisive in his decision making, he would be able to have more victories as of now.
That's a good. Who's is that?
That's the Parrott kid. That's the Parrott kid that we talked about with Coach Taylor. I was on the sideline there at the Rivalry Friday game, OEB Law Rivalry Friday game, right under the Carson Newman tent. And I caught that angle, and I figured I was able to share that. The kid had a great game. He put the team on his back, and he did some phenomenal things. So shout out to you guys. Also, I haven't heard anybody talk about the Sevier County game versus Greenville. Sevier County do what they always do. They win, but they had to dig out a win. It was an unbelievable game. Didn't know which way it was going to go. But one thing about Coach Loveday is he keeps his cool, calm, and collective, and he keeps his player on that same level, and they wind up figuring out a way to win. And that's what they did against Greenville Green Devils, who was an amazing team that has amazing fans, who has an amazing band. But that was a great game to watch. They wound up pulling it out in overtime. A phenomenal game. Yeah, it was just a phenomenal game. Great game to be at. Shout out to Mark Packer and those guys over there at Rivalry Thursday and what they do, because that was a game to be put on TV. I think when I was leaving in the fourth quarter and I had put it on the YouTube and it was like 3.5 thousand, something like that. When it went to overtime, it went up to like 5.5 thousand people watching that ball game.
So you didn't stay for that fumble?
I left with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. There was 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Because Eddie said during the interview there that the ball hit the ground, and they didn't show a really good replay view. They showed a replay of it, and it was an aerial drone replay of it, but the ball was blurry. So and it was kind of like as he was going, you know what I mean? And the way it was sitting here in his hand, it looked like he had it in the ground. Kind of looked like the ground did cause that fumble.
Right.
But that's why I like high school football, because once the ref makes that decision, there's no going back on it. Well, it is what it is.
I do believe if Mark Packer keeps doing what he's doing, I believe that Thursday and possibly Friday games, there will be a flag that they're going to be able to throw out on the field and be able to challenge those plays. I see that coming in the next 2 or 3 years. But I want to give a shout out to Coach Todd Loveday and those guys out there in Sevier County. 17 victories without a loss. Congratulations.
Well, I thought it was 20.
I think they're at 17. It could be. I think they're at 17.
It could. I know that they haven't lost a game since last year.
Absolutely.
Right. So and they kept that streak alive.
Right.
And the only thing that I'm going to add on that is on the Greenville side is Greenville shot themselves in the foot.
Great game.
Too many penalties. Now,
great game.
Just you can talk about it is what it is, but the fact of the matter is that you caught the receiving end of those penalties, and you need to clean that up, because you could have had that game won if it weren't for the penalties.
Yeah, Tennessee. You could have beat Georgia if it wasn't for the penalties and the bad field goal. Come on.
Well, I still say that they should have never left that guy get that touchdown on that fourth down. I feel like that was what lost them that game.
Who do you have tomorrow? You got
I got Tennessee. I got Tennessee.
I got Tennessee. Did you know that Florida State goes
Just
down
lost.
tonight?
Yeah, I saw that.
First
We're on
Virginia.
college football. So, thing about Heupel, every year he has a bad road loss. 2 years ago with Hendon Hooker, we lost to South Carolina.
Yes.
Last year we lost to Arkansas.
Yes.
I think this is one of those games. Heupel struggles on the road for whatever reason. He struggles on the road. So I hope that's not the case, but I'm a Volunteer fan and I know how these types of games go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. My heart is going to pick Tennessee. My brain's going to pick Mississippi State.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. I'm picking the Smoky Dog. The what they call it, the tick hound tick, blue tick hound. I'm picking the blue tick hound over the bulldog that they got down there.
So the only thing that I see is that the defense is going to have to play really well on the road.
Go ahead.
But the offense is going to have to put points up on them, right?
Yeah.
Which they've done.
Right.
This isn't a question of whether the offense can or cannot. It's a whether of can our defense stop them. Mississippi State's undefeated, and they're unranked. Is that true? Is that a fact? And Chandler, is Mississippi State unranked?
Yeah.
It's a trap game. This is.
Oh, we got a caller.
Before we answer this is 100% a South Carolina Arkansas game. Undefeated Mississippi State coming to Starkville with those dumb cowbells, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're coming into town. They're ready to rush the field on us. Oh, he hung up.
They hang up. We didn't answer.
He hung up. Well, whatever.
Well, hey, caller, call back. We'll go ahead and we'll take your call. Sorry.
I don't want that to happen because I love my Vols, but Heupel has just, for whatever reason, he's struggled on the road. Call it bad luck, coaching, reffing.
I want to get off topic here a little bit, and I know it's late, and I should have did this in the very beginning, but shout out to Gary Terry. I don't
GT.
DJ can give us more on this, but for those that don't know, GT got to ring the bell on Thursday. I think it was Thursday. He got to ring the bell. GT is, as of now, I believe, cancer-free, and if he's not cancer-free, he's at least in remission. So
Yes, sir.
let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for GT, man. That's
Shout
big
out to
news.
GT.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
GT is the big reason why Anderson County football and the
Ain't that
other
the
sports
truth?
is the
That's the
way
truth right there.
they are now. And I got much love for GT. He was my high school football coach at Oak Ridge, so shout out to you, GT.
DJ,
Good job, Alan.
who does Florida play tomorrow? Who are they losing to tomorrow?
Florida has a gauntlet, and I don't know who they play, but I got an L in the bracket for them.
I got an L in all. They play Texas.
Oh, well, they might win.
They might win.
They might win if they play Texas.
You know what, DJ? I'm going to pick Florida. Here's why. Art Manning hasn't looked that good.
No.
I have Florida. And you know what? If Florida wins, that may save Napier another season. Wow. I'm going to get off here. I have to take that call. You have the floor. Good luck, sir.
Yep. Go ahead, see you, Cody, and be careful.
Cody, have a good night, man.
The only thing I outside of college football, but I feel like this week, man, was a really good week of high school football.
Yeah, absolutely. The first few weeks have been everybody's just getting whooped. I mean, scores is like 46-16. I mean, scores have just been lopsided. Here at week 6, we have a lot of scores that have been tight. It went all the way to the end. You got your Bearden game versus Farragut, which is a huge rivalry that goes down to a nail biter. Powell played Central. Central played them really well. Oak Ridge down all the way, and Bradley Central, that goes as a nail biter. It was a nail biter a little bit in Clinton. Clinton picked it up and took off with that win. And then you have, Alcoa, they blew out Fulton, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But a lot of great games. I agree with you, Alan.
Yes, there was a lot of great games. And there's going to be a lot of great games next week. Even though there's fall break, there's still rivalry. Now, I say fall break, but I think Oak Ridge is the only one on fall break next week, right?
So Oak Ridge has 2 weeks of fall break. Every year they get 2 weeks of fall break. But that doesn't affect what Coach Rang and the Wildcats do. They'll still be on their field practicing, getting ready for their games.
On the fall, it's coming up. I don't know personally when it's coming up. So, but anyway, so next week on Rivalry Thursday, I know they showed it. I don't know who we have.
So the rivalry Thursday next week, if I'm not mistaken, you have Heritage.
Yeah, William Blunt and Heritage.
William Blunt and Heritage.
That's going to be a good game.
And Friday's Fulton and Carter.
That's another good game.
Yeah, and Carter just came back and beat Heritage in a very close game. I think it was a 3, 4, 5-point game. Heritage was up in that game. Carter rallied back and wound up winning that ball game. Another great football game this week.
Yeah, and I picked Heritage to win because they were at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Carter came back and they won that game. So, yeah, next week is going to be fun. I can't wait for next week. Be in Maryville. Guys, won't you make sure you join us? If you can't be there, obviously you can check it out on Rivalry Thursday or WKNX The Knox. But these rivalry games have been really good. Shout out to Mark Packer and his crew and what they do.
And they're only going to get good because they got the rivalry playoff series too. So how are they going to do that? Is they going to base that off of whatever is the better game in the area?
Yeah, so in the past, that's pretty much just what happened. They see who wins one week and who's going to be playing, and Mark Packer reach out to those who he needs to talk to, and they figure that out, and they go out and they have the OEB Law playoff games of the week.
So, and then, because aren't they going to try to follow that to the state championship, or are they just going to do with the region teams?
So you can't do any broadcasting at the state championship level. Now, if things have changed this year, it's something I'm unaware of. But the TSSAA has full control over the broadcast at the state level.
So they're at least going to go up to the semifinals, as long as they got like an area team, or it doesn't matter.
You got a Coalfield, you got an Oak Ridge, you got an Alcoa, something like that, playing the area team. But as we talked about before, the playoffs are going to be in different places this year, so it's going to be different. But Mark Packer and his crew does a great job. Shout out to Brad and joining those guys and BBB TV and pushing all the buttons, making everything work. So, but yeah, I see an extensive run because there's a lot of great teams around here, and I know the Pac-Man, he's going to take his truck where it needs to be so we can all win those games that we can't make it.
So, but how about the crowds? Did Oak Ridge travel well tonight?
You know what? That's something I want to ask Coach Ring, but he said he had to get off the phone with us. I don't know. I was watching the stream while I was at the Rivalry Thursday game, and I didn't see as many streamers as I normally see watching prep radio. So I think that's a good indication that our guys, they travel to Bradley Central.
And that's good. That means the atmosphere is good in Oak Ridge, right?
Atmosphere is back. It's not all the way back, but it's definitely back. Growing up, at Blankenship Fields, you see the big green area, that big old hill by the steps. When I was growing up, there was barely places to stand there on that hill. But it is growing, and the atmosphere is getting great. The fans are cheering. They're traveling along with the Oak Ridge Wildcats. And why not? We're 6-0, baby. Roll, Wildcat, roll. Let's keep it rolling. Good job, Coach Rain.
Same thing with the little schools like Oliver Springs and Wartburg and Harriman, any school in that matter, man. If you're a person that's showing up to these games, you're contributing in a good way. Like a lot of people don't realize, and it took me a long time to realize that too. Like I used to watch it on TV a lot too, but like man, when you go to these games, man, like that gate fee helps that program more than you realize. And buying a hot dog or buying a bag of cotton candy, helps a program that's fundraising or something. Man, it's really good to do that. And
it's not only helping the program in the financial way. It's giving the players a boost. They love to see you there. They love to be loud. And you spoke about middle school games. I want to give a shout out to Jefferson for being the city champs and knocking off Robertsville this year. And I know come Monday, Coalfield is going to travel to Oliver Springs Middle School, and it's going to be a middle school game at Oliver Springs Monday, Coalfield versus Oliver Springs. So that should be an exciting game. Good luck to both of those teams.
Yep. Outside of that, I don't have much more I could.
Guys, make sure you go to FMCOR, FMCOR.org, freemedicalclinic.org. They have volunteer options for you. It's a way that you can help give back to the community. They're giving back to the community. They're giving back here at us, with us, making this all work. Guys, it's always been a great time. We appreciate you always showing up and giving us some support. Go ahead and make someone aware. Please share. We'll be back every Friday night right here on the Friday Night Scoreboard. Alan Noggle, Coach DJ Pendergrass. Until next time, good night.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Cooler weather brings autumn-colored leaves and football time in Tennessee. Warm up with natural gas heat or enjoy the year-round comfort of natural gas water heaters, ranges, and clothes dryers. More affordable and reliable, natural gas keeps your home cozy while increasing its value. Whether you're a new home builder or a homeowner wanting an upgrade, consider all the benefits natural gas offers. Call us today or visit us online to learn more. Oak Ridge Utility District, your hometown natural gas provider.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
The Free Medical Clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life.
What a
beautiful night for football here at Bearden High School. It is one of the great rivalries in East Tennessee. You talk about Maryville, Alcoa, you talk about Loudon, Lenore City, and you got to throw Bearden and Farragut in there. It's one of those deals where you say throw out the records, and for these teams, they would oblige to throw out the records. Both looking for their first win of the year, but once again, you see these uniforms, and it is what it is. Mark Packer along with Aaron Harvey here tonight, and I'm on the sideline before the game with WBIR. I look out there after all these years, and I see those two uniforms, and I know it's a rivalry game.
Yeah. When I was in college in 2009, there was about 3 people that got arrested for vandalism.
Okay. Let's start with that.
Yeah, because it was the week that Bearden and Farragut were going to play.
Yeah.
And I think that took place here, and it was a rival. They arrested 3 students from the rival school, and that's when I knew at that point in time how serious this rivalry was. Yeah, when you got students going in and getting arrested for doing $5,000 worth of vandalism, that's pretty serious.
Well, they've kind of cleaned some of that up. It's been a nice, clean week between these two teams, and we do expect a good crowd here tonight as these teams make their way over to Bearden is where we are tonight. Brad Taylor, his first year as the head coach in this stint, his 8th overall. He is a Bearden alum, a Bearden guy, and he's kind of like Forrest Gregg taking over the death penalty at SMU. That's kind of what's happened. They lost a lot of players, and he's got to rebuild it.
Yeah, he's had a lot of success here, so I know that there were probably a lot of fans that were excited to get him back. He coached at Bearden, took a couple of years off, then he had a long stint at Carnes, took a couple of years off, and then when Josh Jones didn't return, they gave him a call, and he's
Brad
like, yeah,
was happy to come back.
Of course, I'll do it.
Well, if we have